is KSAM Huntsville, and you're listening to the Bearkats Sports Network. This is the Bearkats Sports Network. It's time for Sam Houston State University Bearcat basketball. 101.7 KSAM has every dribble, swish, and squeak from buzzer to buzzer live. Now let's head down to the floor with the voice of the Bearcats, Rob Hipp.
And a pleasant good evening, Huntsville, Texas, and Walker County. Welcome here on 101.7 KSAM. My name is Carlos Zimmermann, alongside my good friend and broadcast partner, Jordan Smith, and we are here for a fun one tonight. It's another time for Sam Houston men's basketball as they welcome the Missouri State Bears from the Missouri Valley Conference. Jordan, a pleasure to be here with you. No, folks, this is not Rob Hipp. Rob and his fiancée, Bridget, are celebrating the birth of their baby, Braylon, and myself and Jordan actually was kind of a last-minute substitution here today. I called them at 11 o'clock this morning, and I said, hey, you want to jump on and let's call this game here between Missouri State and Sam Houston? And he said, yeah, let's do it. The dynamic duo, as coined by former sports editor of the Huntsville Item, Josh Criswell, calls us. And Jordan, it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. And we got a fun one on tap.
It really is going to be a fun one, a fun mid-major matchup. That's really the main focus of this matchup. A lot of eyes are going to be on this one. Missouri State coming in, a very talented team. It's going to be a lot of post-action that we're going to have to watch for here tonight. The Bearcats as well, a lot of fun. They've gotten a little bit more size this season. It's going to be something to watch here, the battle down low between these two teams.
This is the second game here tonight inside Johnson Coliseum. Women's basketball just left the floor. A win over the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, or USAO. Big win for them, 88-73. Should be a fun one on tap here between Missouri State and Sam Houston. Rob Hipp was able to catch up with head coach Jason Hooten earlier on today to get his thoughts on the game, so we're going to go to that in just a few moments. We'll be back here in a few moments to continue pregame here on 101.7 KSAM from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
Sam Houston Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: 101.7 KSAM, HBI Office Solutions, Hartfield Floors, HEB, Huntsville Toyota, Jimmy John's, and Ward Furniture. Thank you for supporting your Bearcats.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the My HEB app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
Rob Hipp here pregame with head basketball coach Jason Hooten as we quickly look back to the game on Friday at Nebraska, 74-65 loss. Coach, your team hung pretty tough with the Cornhuskers through most of the game, but that third quarter things towards the end kind of slipped away. Just your overall thoughts on the previous matchup.
Well, I think that, Rob, our effort and level of toughness and really handling adversity, I didn't think any of those things were reasons for the loss. I was really pleased with all of those things. I just think the biggest deal we've got to do is, we've got to limit easy baskets. There was a stretch there where, we gave them too many easy ones, whether that be off of a turnover or transition. And then I just think more than anything right now, which is usually at this time of the year, this is normal, and especially with 6 new guys. But I think the biggest thing we've got to do right now is we've got to take better care of the ball, not turn it over, and then we've got to execute our offense better. And then, Rob, if we make shots that night, it's a whole different game. We were 9 for 30 from 3, and, if we go 12 for 30, we probably win the game.
We look ahead to tonight's matchup versus Missouri State. It's the second meeting overall between Sam Houston and Missouri State going back to December the 2nd, 2000. in that matchup then it was 77-61, but we fast forward 21 years later, so of course that doesn't really mean anything now. But Coach, just kind of the mindset heading into this game.
Well, the basketball conference, the Missouri Valley Basketball Conference it's one of the best basketball conferences in the country, year in and year out. And Missouri State's a team that, has a great tradition. They have a great tradition like we feel we do here at Sam Houston, and they're a very good basketball team. It'll be one of the best teams that we've had in here in the gym in a long time, especially in the preseason. And, I just would compare it to a game like an SFA game, or, we've had some other teams like this in the past here, but they're really good, and it'll just be a tremendous test for our team, especially third game into the season.
Well, now it's time for Coach Hooten's Keys to the Game, presented by Emblem Properties Real Estate. Coach, just your keys to the victory or keys to the game tonight.
Well, I hope you're right, keys to victory now, man. I just think that, number one, we've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. We've got to take care of the ball tonight, and we've got to execute. We need to execute our offense, and, I always am a firm believer in execution turns into made shots. And if we execute better, we're going to make shots because we have good shooters, and they'll do the job. And then I really think we've got to do a good job tonight of taking away their best two players. They've got the Prim kid and the Bailey kid, and both of those guys can really score the basketball. And one of them's a post player. We got to keep that ball out of the paint. And then the other one, can do both. He's an in-and-out guy. And we've got to do a better job of keeping the ball out of the paint tonight. And, I think if we do those three things, then we've got a great chance of being victorious.
The Keys to the Game is brought to you by Emblem Properties Real Estate, who offers the customer service difference where our clients are number one. Coach Hooten, as always, appreciate your time and good luck tonight.
I appreciate it, and congratulations on your newborn, and we're really excited for you and your family.
Hey, appreciate it, Coach. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Eat 'em up, Cats.
This will wrap up our pregame show with head coach Jason Hooten. More pregame coming up when we come back from Ben Wagner. This is the Bearkats Sports Radio Network.
TicketSmarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than TicketSmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Bearcat Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
We'll give it back inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. 6.5 minutes to go before national anthem and tip-off here inside Johnson Coliseum. Missouri State Bears in town from Springfield, Missouri to take on the Bearkats of Sam Houston. I'm Carlos Zimmermann in for Rob Hibb. Alongside of me is Jordan Smith. And Jordan, looking at this matchup, we got to talk to Coach Hooten, and it seems like there's a lot of optimism for the Bearcats going into this game, despite falling in a very close matchup with a Power 5 in Nebraska just a few days ago.
Exactly, and that's the thing. These are the kind of games, especially in non-conference, you're going to go against those tough Power 5 members, like you mentioned, against Nebraska, for example. These are the kind of games when you get back home, you need to bounce back, you need to have a strong performance and get the win, not only to be back on the right course during the season, but also more or less just to try to get that team morale, that chemistry, and that mindset back on the right track, especially the closer it gets to conference. I know we're still about a month away or so, but you want to have these wins at home when you can, because then it builds your confidence for conference play.
Absolutely, and this is not to shut down the Missouri State Bears as the Cats return to the floor here at Missouri State. They come off of a 17-7 season overall. Last season, 12-6 in the Missouri Valley Conference. And then in the conference tournament, they took down number 6 Valparaiso before falling to the eventual tournament champions in the Drake Bulldogs. So this is a team that knows how to play hard-nosed basketball. They have a post guy that we've been talking about off the air and stuff like that, because that's something the Bearcats are going to have to watch for as well in this game, especially given that they have struggled underneath in those first 2 games of the year.
Exactly, and that's going to be the biggest thing. You want to be able to establish something down low and inside So that way, you're not just relying on your outside game to make the offense. You want to build that inside-out game to then have the outside, once they start forcing up, to then bring back the inside, so it pretty much just cycles through. So you got to be able to build something inside offensively and defensively as well. You mentioned there's going to be a lot of power guys driving into the lane in this game. It's going to be something to watch for, is how well the Bearcats respond to getting some of those charge calls, to getting those defensive rebounds, and being able to create opportunities for the Bearcats on the other side of the court.
Bearcats are 1-1 entering this one. They picked up a 97-54 win over Laterno last Wednesday night to open up the season, but then, like we said, fell in a very close game with the Nebraska Cornhuskers out of the Big Ten Conference, 74-65 a game. The Bearcats led for about 10 minutes of the game against Nebraska, so that tells you there is some confidence going into this matchup. Missouri State on the other side, they come off of a loss to Southeast Missouri State, 99-94 to open their year before picking up a 78-60 win over Alabama State. That's got them at 1-1 coming into this matchup with the Bearcats. It's just, there's not much else really to say. This is a hard-nosed matchup that we're going to be expecting tonight.
Something else to really look at here. This is the last actual home game at Johnson Coliseum for men's basketball until December 2nd.
Wow.
They're not going to be back for a couple weeks. They're fixing to go play in a basketball tournament against Little Rock and then either Boston U or Northern Illinois before they then have 2 road games against even more tougher competition in SMU and at the University of Texas before they return home to start the month of December. So they've especially got to get the win here tonight to really get things going before they go basically on a 4-game quote-unquote road trip to end November.
Well, and even look past that. After the matchup with Schreiner on December 2nd, 2 more tough road games. A neutral site game against UTSA on the 11th, and then at North Texas on the 14th before they come home to face Hardin-Simmons. That tournament you're talking about, that's the Jacksonville Classic. Taking on Little Rock to open that tournament, and like you said, ending the tournament either with Boston or the Northern Illinois. That SMU game is something to pencil in as well. They're going up against the former Bearcat standout in Zach Nuttall, and then that UT game. UT right now the number 8 team in the nation. And so it's going to be a tough go for Sam Houston, so a win tonight is paramount for the morale and confidence of the Bearcats.
Exactly, and I'm going to be honest, this is probably one of, if not the best non-conference schedules that I have seen from this men's basketball team in the last 3 or 4 seasons that I've been here at Sam Houston. And it's a lot of tough competition, a lot of Power 5, a lot of soon-to-be Power 5, and the best of 5, the rest of the 5 conference members. It's going to be something to watch as we head into the rest of the schedule, and then, of course, starting conference play against Lamar on December 30th. Basically non-conference except for that one game for the entire rest of 2021.
And it's a really kind of a same-looking roster, but they added a huge weapon to replace Zach Nuttall. Savion Flagg, what a start to the year he has had. He's coming off of a double-double against Nebraska, 31 points, 11 rebounds. Jordan, before we head to the break, what kind of impact is he going to have tonight for the Bearcats against the Bears?
Well, he's got to continue to do the same exact thing. He is the leader of this team. That's why he was brought in from Texas A&M. He was brought in to be the leader of this ball club and to put them on his back and say, I've got y'all. I'm going to bring y'all wins to the postseason, to even hopefully March Madness. That's the ultimate goal, is to get to the dance, and he did so in that loss to Nebraska with the 31 points. Unfortunate loss, but he really showed what kind of a leader he can and is for this men's basketball team.
Under a minute here before the national anthem, so with that, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and tip-off, and we'll be back here in just a moment here from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
Sam Houston Athletics would like to thank the following partners: Memorial Hermann Hospital, McCafferty Electric, Mike's Hard Lemonade, Moke & Moke Attorneys at Law, Pepsi, and the Armory Apartments. Thank you for supporting your Bearcats.
Many family celebrations occur during the holidays, with plenty of memories being made then too. I'm Greg Smith, owner of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Because we are a family-owned business, we can be counted on to help you plan your family member's perfect celebration of life. We have planned and arranged thousands of services. When it's time, you can trust us to help you and your family plan a remembrance to recognize a life well lived. We're Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, because every life deserves to be celebrated.
You might know that State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has great service. She is your good neighbor after all. Did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Huntsville and Walker County. So call State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes at 936-295-2686 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sam Houston Bearkats are national champions. Don't miss the excitement of Bearcat football. Season tickets and single game seats still available. Call the Bearcat ticket office at 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets.
You might know that State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has great service. She is your good neighbor after all. Did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Huntsville and Walker County. So call State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes at 936-295-2686 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For the best customer service and best deal on your new Ford, head to Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville, your no bull headquarters. Thinking something sporty and great on gas? Check out the 2022 Ford Explorers and Expeditions. Don't see what you want on the lot? You can still get a no bull deal on a special order with the assistance of your sales associate, or just go to BillFickFord.com. Click order here and design your new Ford today. Built for you, by you. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. They're getting ready to introduce the Bearcats. They've already introduced the Bears out onto the floor. We'll have starting lineups for you momentarily in the national anthem here for you inside the booth here. Speaking of which, we welcome you all into our in-the-booth broadcast here this evening. We do not have the fan text line tonight, so feel free to shoot us your comments on our Facebook and YouTube streams here tonight for this one. Again, my name is Carlos Zimmermann alongside Jordan Smith. We are in for Rob Hipp this evening. He is celebrating the birth of his new baby, Braylon, his first child. So a special shout out to you and Bridget tonight. Rob, thank you for letting us take care of the reins here tonight inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum here on KSAM 101.7 and the Bearcat Sports Radio Network. Still introducing the starters on the floor, and we're going to have national anthem momentarily. Right before the anthem, Jordan, just quick keys.
The main thing for Sam Houston is he's got to play strong defense. We've been saying it all pregame long, and we're going to continue to say it all game long. This is going to be a very physical game down low, and that's something that Sam Houston has got to be able to turn around on in this game defensively, is being able to fight through the bumps, the grinds, and the aches and pains that are going to come in this game. There's going to be a few bruises that may come up tomorrow morning for some of these players. It's going to be a very tough physical ball game on both sides. That's the main key in this game, is staying tough physically and defensively, but also in this one, they can't have careless shots. We've seen it too many times in the last few seasons where these Bearcats, for example, they start shooting threes, it starts hitting in the beginning, and then all of a sudden late, no shot is hitting, 10, 11 shots in a row where nothing's hitting, and yet they keep trying to shoot the three. If you see something's not working, don't continue it. Go to something else that may then open it up later on, but go to something that's going to be more effective to get points on the board.
So I just remembered that since we had the women's game, there will be no national anthem for this game. So real quick, we'll get your starters here for Missouri State. At guard, number 0, out of Charleston, Missouri, is DeMarcus Sharp. Number 1, Isaiah Mosley, the number 2 spot. In the 3 spot is Jamonte Black. Playing at forward, number 5, Donovan Clay. And then playing underneath is Gage Prim. For the Bearcats of Sam Houston, at the point, it will be that Texas A&M transfer Savion Flagg. Then DeMarcus Lampley at the 2, and then at the 3 is Javion May. Dante Powers on a part of a 4-guard system here for Sam Houston and Jason Hooten. And then Tristan Ipe will be the man underneath the net as we are ready to go here from Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. We're glad you're with us on KSAM 101.7 and the Bearcat Sports Radio Network. The Bearcats have won the tip. Powers has the ball going right to left. Will be underway here tonight in Huntsville, Texas. Powers at the top of the key, looking to get a play to set up. Has Flagg coming around from inside. Flagg, step back 3. This one off the front of the rim, off the backboard, and out. chance here for Missouri State. Here is Sharp bringing up the ball for the Bears. Mosley kicks it around to Clay and out of the left wing to Jamonte Black. Good defense here by the Bearcats early on in this one. 19:25 to go, no score. Black with it from deep in the left wing, decides to go to the post with Prim. Prim's that post guy that we talked about. He's guarded by Ikpe with 4 to shoot on the shot clock. Prim trying to drive quickly, needs to put something up. He gets it off. It rattles around the rim, off the hands of Ipe, and then back outside on an offensive board eventually to Missouri State. Here's a 3 from Black. That one no good as well. Flag will corral the loose ball, gets it away to Dante Powers, and a quick foul here against Mosley, Isaiah Mosley, for the Bears of Missouri State.
And you already see it right there. Tough physical play down low to begin. Good defense by the Bearcats, running it down to the very last second of the shot clock without allowing a shot. Got it just off, but no basket. A good job by the Bearcat defense.
Powers bringing it up, thinking about driving, but he'll hand it off to May from the right wing. Now Flag with it going to the left wing and has it poked away. That's a turnover for Flag, something that he's going to have to be mindful of as Clay brought it up off the steal. Swings it across court here. Sharp looking to drive, turned away by Ipe. Up top to Gage Prim, who loses handles for a moment but hands it away. 18:30 to go here in the first half, no score. Here's a 3 attempt, this time from Black. It's no good. Another board for Savion Flag. Cats going left to right. Flag with the ball, top of the key. He'll take a long 2, and it drops through the bottom of the net. And it's 2-0 Sam Houston with 18:12 to go.
Those are the kind of shots you're going to need, especially from Savion Flag, to be able to get ahead in this game. It's going to be a good back and forth. You're going to need shots like that are going to be a high percentage for a player like him.
Gage Prim, top of the key, guarded by Ipe. Inside 18 minutes now. Donovan Clay kicks it to the corner. Mosley and the travel, as they'll get you for that every time. In this case, it was Isaiah Mosley.
And again, good job of the Bearcat defense, not even getting inside the perimeter on that possession was Missouri State. A good job of forcing everything to be outside, so that way the Bearcats could play their own defense.
Powers with the ball with the left hand, hands it off to Lampley. Needs to get up hot, and he will with the base jumper. Makes it 4-0 Sam Houston. And we talked about Lampley. He had a really cold night against Nebraska, on a very cold night in Lincoln. It kind of translated to the court, and he gets it going there with a bucket. 17.5 to go here in the first half. Mosley with the ball, guarded by May. May trying to stay with Mosley. Right hand off the glass. It rattles around and misses. Here comes Dante Powers, wanting to go quickly. Behind the back, steps back, looking around, trying to find somebody. He'll put up a jumper from the free throw line. It's no good, however, and it falls into the hands of Jamonte Black. Isaiah Mosley trying to drive here on Lampley. In the paint, one-handed floater, good, and it's 4-2 with Missouri State's first bucket of the night.
You see there, Coach Hooten fired up after that one, allowing the first basket of the game for Missouri State. A little disappointed he doesn't have a jacket on here tonight, but otherwise.
We love Coach Hooten. We'll talk to him post-game here as Flag nearly lost the ball there again. Prim popped it away. 12 to shoot on the shot clock. Powers looking to drive. A mismatch underneath. Look at the adjustment from Dante Powers to go with the left hand and put it up. It's 6-2.
And that just comes down to simple basketball IQ, being able to switch to the offhand so they can't slap it when you're inside the lane on the inside hand, and being able to create your own shot.
Back to the top, just ahead of the SH logo on the floor. With it is DeMarcus Sharp. He gets it away to Prim. Prim with 7 to put up a shot. Guarded well by Ipe. Has to kick it out. Here's Sharp. Left side 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound again for Savion Flag.
So far, he has 3 of the 4 rebounds for Sam Houston in this one. Doing a lot down deep early on for the Bearcats.
15:46 to go, first half. Flag looking to drive, swings it to Ipe, but Ipe could not corral the ball. Loose ball goes to Isaiah Mosley, behind the back, around May. Contested shot, no good. Put back by Prim is in. 6-4 now. Bears only down by 2 with 15.5 to go in the first half.
Good credit to Mosley. That was a very good transition for Mosley for the Bears of Missouri State. You're going behind the back, especially, and not losing possession. Just got to give it up to him.
Powers hands this one off to Lampley on the left wing. He'll put up a free throw jumper. This one off the back of the rim, no good. And a defensive rebound to DeMarcus Sharp. Wanting to go quick here. Here's Mosley again. Another floater, too. Misses everything off the glass. And a rebound there by DeMarcus Lampley. 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Powers at the top, trying to find somebody. Motioning Flag to go underneath. Powers thought about dumping it off to May, but goes to Ipe instead. Now Powers looking to drive with the right hand. Picks up his dribble, and he loses the ball. No one else touched it, so it's going to be backcourt on Sam Houston, and that has brought us to our first media timeout. 14:46 to go here in the first half. Bearcats leading this one over Missouri State 6-4. We'll step aside and take a break for 60 seconds. From Van Wagner, this is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.
The Bearcat Pavilion at Bowers Stadium is a new and exciting place to enjoy Bearcat football. Fans will find Smokin' Sammy's Barbecue, sodas, beer and wine, and a number of other food options from atop the southwest corner overlooking all of the action at Bowers Stadium. Bearcat Pavilion can be reserved on game days for pregame and or postgame private functions and may also be reserved for private events throughout the year. For more information about Bearcat Pavilion at Bowers Stadium, call 936-294-2701.
TicketSmarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than TicketSmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Bearcat Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Back inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum, Carlos Zimmermann alongside Jordan Smith. Bearcats leading this one so far over the Bears of Missouri State. It is 6-4 with 14:46 to go here in the first half. So, Jordan, 5 minutes have come off the clock. Bearcats up by 2. Kind of been back and forth so far with Missouri State. What are you thinking so far?
It's exactly what we've expected so far for this ball game. Sam Houston being able to create a couple more opportunities on the offensive side, and that's thanks to Savion Flagg having 3 of the 5 rebounds for the Bearcats here to set up the offense. And then, of course, just being able to get shots, find something, and not trying to force a shot. That's the biggest thing. And, of course, the defense has been well for Sam Houston as well, not allowing the first basket until at least a couple minutes into the ballgame.
Mosley will inbound it, coming out of the media time, out to Donovan Clay. Has it tipped up in the air by Flagg, but it caroms right to the big man in Dawson Carper, who just checked into the ball game for Gage. Carper trying to find somebody. There's a couple changes for the Bearcats on the floor as well. 3 to shoot on the shot clock. Clay's got to put up a long 3 off the front of the rim. No good. This one is out of bounds, and it is off of the Bearcats. New Bearcats onto the floor include Jaron Cook, Kean Scroggins, as well as Jaden Ray. Savion Flagg and DeMarcus Lampley, they remain on the floor coming from out of that media timeout. 14:24 to go here. 6-4 still the lead for Sam Houston. Black finds Carper at the free throw line, guarded by Scroggins, needing to find somebody. Carper is struggling to just find an outlet as Hervey comes away with it here for the Bears. They'll have to chuck up a 3. It's off the left side of the rim, no good. And the Bearcats will bring it up here with Jaden Ray. Wanting to go quick with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Ray with the left hand hands it away to Cook. Now to Flagg at the top of the key. Flagg looking for options, guarded by Hervey. He'll take a 3. This one off the rim, no good. And a rebound for Isaiah Mosley. Clay from the long pass from Mosley. No foul as Scroggins fell to the floor. The shot was no good either. Here comes Jaden Ray. He's wanting to go fast. Finds Flagg outside. Thought about a 3, pulled it back. Now with the right hand, guarded by Hervey. Carper in the area as well. Flagg shut down by Hervey with the left hand, and he's fouled. No, it is a travel on Savion Flagg, and that keeps your score still at 6-4 with 13:27 to go in the first half.
You saw something when the Bearcats were on defense that last possession. They were able twice, even though Missouri State got the offensive board, twice they were able to have the Bears offense run it down to the end of the shot clock. That is going to be key, especially when you have the lead, to force time to wind down so you can continue to keep the lead as long as possible.
Lukai Patterson is who just checked into the game. He is fouled by Jaden Ray. That is, believe it or not, the first foul of the game for the Bearcats. Something that shows you how they're well disciplined under the direction of head coach Jason Hooten, assistant coaches Chris Mudge and Andre Owens. Mosley will inbound here. He is 1 for 4 so far here tonight. Only 1 bucket to his credit. The other bucket belongs to Gage Prim, who's off the floor at the moment. Patterson. Actually, no, Prim is back onto the floor. He just came in on that last stoppage of play. Patterson outside to Hervey. Now to the right wing with Black. Black looking to drive baseline. Jumper rolls around the rim and goes, and we're tied at 6 apiece. Inside 13 minutes, Jaden Ray with the ball. Bearcats have not scored in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
I also have 3 turnovers in that same exact time, and that's going to kill you if you're in offense.
Cook took a 3 and locks it down. 9-6 now with 12:40 to go. The first bucket of the game for Jaron Cook.
There's a scoring drought right there, and there's a shot that can help spark an offense, especially after having a scoring drought for a little over 3 minutes.
Marcus Lampley pokes a loose ball out of bounds. He's going to come off the floor, and here comes Damon Nicholas Jr., the true freshman. Played his high school ball at a very, very good high school, Duncanville High School, one of the best in the state of Texas. Lukey Patterson looking around for options, finds Hervey on the right wing, guarded by Ipe. Now back outside to Patterson, around the world we go. Here's Isaiah Mosley from the left wing, guarded by Nichols, the true freshman. 6 to shoot on the shot clock, and the ball falls loose. Black is not able to corral it, and the Bearcat defense stiffens right there, and it's a turnover for the Missouri State Bears.
There it is once again, being able to confuse the Missouri State offense, wear them down, and take time off the clock. Just continue to do that if you're Sam Houston. You'll be fine in this ball game.
12:08 to go in the first half. Ray with the right hand looking to go in. He is shut away by Patterson. Scroggins thought about to go for a minute. Now he does. Scroggins will take a long 2. That one off the side of the rim, no good. And it's off of the Bears in Hervey. And this will bring us to yet another media timeout. We are going real quick here in this one. 11:57 to go in the first half. Bearcats leading this one 9-6. We'll be back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
Season tickets are on sale for 2021-22 basketball season. Season tickets start as low as $99. One price gets you both men's and women's Bearcat basketball. Call 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
Many family celebrations occur during the holidays with plenty of memories being made then too. I'm Greg Smith, owner of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Because we are a family-owned business, we can be counted on to help you plan your family member's perfect celebration of life. We have planned and arranged thousands of services. When it's time, you can trust us to help you and your family plan a remembrance to recognize a life well lived. We're Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home because every life deserves to be celebrated.
Season tickets are on sale for 2021-22 basketball season. Season tickets start as low as $99. One price gets you both men's and women's Bearcat basketball. Call 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
Back inside Johnson Coliseum, 11:57 to go here in the first half. Sam Houston leading this one against the Missouri State Bears 9-6. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of Jordan Smith. And Jordan, been an interesting one so far. It's really no team has been able to pull away, and that's what you like to see. Just hard, I keep saying it, it sounds like a broken record, but hard-nosed basketball. There's no other way to describe it.
Right, exactly. And again, this is basically the mid-major matchup of the night, like we mentioned in the opening of this ball game. This is going to be a very physical team. We mentioned Sam Houston got a little bit of size during the offseason, if you will. It got a little bit taller, got a little bit beefier in this past offseason, and it matches perfectly with Missouri State.
Coming out of the timeout, 5 to shoot on the play clock. I don't know if the Bearcats are aware of it. Ipe's got to put something up. He'll step back, and it misses everything but the side of the backboard. It'll be a shot clock violation on the Bearcats, and that has head coach Jason Hooten fired up.
And again, as per usual.
As per usual. Bringing it up now is DeMarcus Sharp. Most of the starters on the floor for Missouri State. Sharp with the left hand has it poked away on a pass attempt to Gage, but it eventually falls into the hands of Prim. Here is a 3, no good for Mosley. A putback on the offensive board by Prim is no good, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow favors the Missouri State Bears.
That was a good job by Keaton Scroggins to anticipate the pass and get the poke out right there from behind. That's something that you cannot teach, is that awareness and that IQ of, oh, hey, it's right in front of me. Let's just poke it out and try to start a quick transition fast break.
11.5 minutes left here in this first half of play. Sharp has the ball, and he is fouled, trying to go inside. This is on Keaton Scroggins. That is his first personal, second team foul for Sam Houston. 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes of play for the Bearcats, and that's what's got them lucky to keep them at 9-6 for the moment. Sharp with the ball, wanting to go inside to Gage Prim. Prim, that post man, has been kind of quiet so far tonight, just 1 bucket. He's looking for a second one with the left hand off the front of the rim, no good, and it's off of Damon Nicholas Jr. out of bounds, and it's going to be inbound here for Missouri State, and with that, Nicholas is going to come off the floor. Javion May, DeMarcus Lampley, and Dante Powers back as well. The only non-starter on the floor now is Keaton Scroggins for Sam Houston. 11-12 to go here in the first half. Sharp will inbound here inside to Mosley. Double teamed underneath, but kisses one off the box and good. Makes your score 9-8 on Isaiah Mosley's 4th point of the game. Powers hands this one off to Ipe with the left-hand dribble. Hands it off to Lampley, needing to get him to heat up tonight for the Bearcats to come away with a victory. Scroggins on a kind of a weaker pass from Powers. Powers now with it off of a dish from May. Powers with a 10 to shoot. He'll take a long 3 off the rim, no good. And a rebound here for a moment by Mosley. And it is going to be a foul against Mosley as Ipe had corralled the loose ball, so the Bearcats will retain possession.
And it looked like Missouri State started to have a rebound and started to try to go on a fast break, then literally tripped over his own shoelaces. Somehow the Bearcats were able to corral that one. And then, of course, falling over the player, they call a foul for, I guess, tripping. And so because of that, Bearcats get possession as the referees talk about it here. But again, this is exactly what we talked about. I know, like you said, you sound like a broken record, especially me, but the fact of the matter is this is what we're getting. This is exactly what we were expecting to happen in this ball game, and it has fared exactly that way in just the first little over 9 minutes in this ball game.
You're just joining us here on our Facebook or YouTube streams or on the FM airwaves. We thank you for joining us, and it's going to be, I think that's going to be an offensive foul on Keaton Scroggins on an illegal screen. And for Scroggins, that is foul number 2.
And that's something, Scroggins will give you a size advantage, but something that we have seen over the years, he's not able to stay in games for too long. And that's something that he's going to have to work on, during games, in practice, is being able to stay out of foul trouble, especially this early on.
Prim from the right wing finds Patterson cross court on the left side. Here's a long 3 from Hervey. It rattled off the rim, no good. Offensive board to Prim, and he is fouled by Ipe. It looks like Prim is going to get to go to the line and shoot 2 to try and put Missouri State on top for the first time tonight. With 10:18 to go here in the first half. Like I said, if you're on our Facebook and YouTube streams, we'd love to hear from you. Feel free to drop your comments in the comments section below, as we do not have a fan text line this evening. Gage Prim at the free throw line for the first time tonight. With the right hand, throws this one up through the bottom of the net, and we are tied at 9 apiece.
Something that's helped the Bearcats here so far in this ball game, Missouri State's 0 for 7 from deep.
Wow.
That is huge. That they've already taken 7 threes in this ball game is back to the point that I made during pregame. Don't force shots that aren't going to happen. Right now, Missouri State's doing that. And yes, they did just get the lead with the second free throw made, 2 for 2 on that trip. But it's helping out the Bearcats right now stay in this ball game.
You're absolutely right. It's now 10-9, 10-10 to go here in the first half. Flag with the ball, kicks it away to Lampley, to Powers around the world, hand off to May. May with the right hand dribble, step back, top of the key, 3. This one off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound for Gage Prim. Here come the Bears. DeMarcus Sharp wanting to go quickly here to the rack, makes May miss, and it's off the glass and good. 12-9, Missouri State on top as we're halfway home here into the first half.
Again, give credit. That was a big basket there by Sharp, faking 2 Bearcat defenders out to get the layup.
Powers on the offensive side. May with the ball. Thought about another three. Decided not to do it. Now he'll look to drive inside. Clay guarding him. A good effort by May, but it's off the rim and backboard no good. Another rebound here for Missouri State. They're going to pull up for three. They've been cold, but there's their first three of the night, and it comes from Jamonte Black.
Once that first one hits, usually there's going to be a few more that'll rain through, so that'll be something to watch here, is how tight the Bearcats' perimeter defense becomes after that make.
Flag with the jumper, no good. May trying to fight for that rebound, and he'll throw it and try to get it off of DeMarcus Sharp. He could not. They'll share a friendly pleasantry. 15-9 your score, 9:04 here in the first half. Missouri State is going to inbound here with Jamonte Black.
And that's just a good play by May there, trying to throw it off the defender. Just missed him, though, on the what would have been deflection and Bearcat possession. A good idea, though, by him.
Sharp with the right hand, crosses underneath. Looking to go inside, no, goes cross court to Hervey. Prim now with the ball in the low post. Hervey, another three. There it is, Jordan. Another three, and head coach Jason Hooten wants to talk it over. 18-9 your score. We're going to keep it right here for the moment. A 12-0 run for Missouri State with 8:44 to go in the first half. Man, they've caught fire.
And that's the thing. You knew somebody was going to break through that seal on the basket and start getting point after point after point. Like you said, a 12-0 run in the last 2:22 of the ballgame. 3 of their last 3 field goals have gone in, 2 of them being three-pointers for Missouri State. And they're also on a 16-3 run over the last just under 7 minutes of the ballgame. Also does not help. The Sam Houston has 5 turnovers in the last 7:48, giving them their opportunities to extend this lead by 9.
The thing for Keaton Hervey, that is his first three-pointer of the season. Up to this game, he was 0 for 3 entering tonight, so he's able to drain his first of the year. Another thing that's hurting the Bearcats right now, they're one of their last 8 from the field, something they need to clean up here in the waning stages of this first half. 8:38 to go. Powers with the ball coming out of the timeout. He'll dump it off to DeMarcus Lampley. Lampley thought about a long 2, didn't take it. Flag now with the ball from the left wing. Now trying to drive inside from the right elbow. Fighting his way to the rim. Gets the bounce and roll, and it's 18-11 on another bucket from Savion Flag.
And eventually those baskets will start falling. And that was a good job by Flag to force his way inside and get the easy, more assured shot in that layup right there.
Patterson kicks it across court to Hervey. Here's another 3. This one rolls around the rim, no good, and it's going to be an offensive foul. I think they're going to call over the back this time on Nick Tata. The 3 from Black rattled around it. And it's a chance for the Bearcats to try and climb their way back into this thing with 8:05 to go in the first half.
He did have the size advantage on that, but like you said, just went over the back to try to get that rebound. It seemed like a way too easy second chance there, and that's exactly why. It's a good call by the refs.
Dante Powers with the ball with a left-hand dribble, guarded by Patterson, dumps this off to Ipe. He's going to take a long 2. This one's off the rim, no good. This is going to be off Missouri State and Jamonte Black, but that has brought us to our third media timeout. 7:50 to go here in the first half. 18-11, Missouri State on top of the Bearcats of Sam Houston. We'll be back here in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
You might know that State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has great service. She is your good neighbor after all. Did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Huntsville and Walker County. So call State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes at 936-295-2686 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Enjoy a great round of golf at the Bearcat Course, formerly Raven Nest. Conveniently located on the southbound side of 45 in Huntsville, the Bearcat Course offers award-winning value with special rates for alumni, faculty, staff, and students of Sam Houston State University. Memberships are available for as low as $139 per month that include unlimited greens fees and cart fees for the whole family. Visit the golf shop to get fitted for equipment and for the full stock of Sam Houston State University logoed men's and women's apparel. Let's play golf at the all-new Bearcat Course in Huntsville.
Welcome back to Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. 7:50 to go here in the first half. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of Jordan Smith. Missouri State Bears in town from Springfield, Missouri, taking on the Bearkats of Sam Houston. Cats currently down by 7 to Missouri State. It's just been it's incredible what Missouri State's been able to do, capitalizing off of the turnovers and the missed shots by Sam Houston. Sam Houston, though, will have an opportunity here as they're going to have the ball on the inbound.
Yeah, and that's something that we've seen over the first 2 games of the season is sometimes careless turnovers turning into big runs like right now, 12-2 run over the last 3:16 of the ball game for Missouri State. Something else I want to mention, that shot by Ikpe kind of seemed a little forced. It seemed like he wasn't really sure, and he's like, oh, I may have an open 3. Let me try to take it. Those are the shots you cannot have, especially when you're down by 7 against this Missouri State team.
And it's kind of uncharacteristic for him to take those 3. 6'6" junior for the Bearcats. Something you got to be mindful of down the stretch of these games. 18-11 here coming out of the timeout. Flag will get the inbound from Powers, and he'll get burned with a travel. Simple mistakes.
7th turnover now for Sam Houston as opposed to the 3 for Missouri State, and that pretty much is the difference in this ball game.
Patterson bringing this one up here for Missouri State. He's got no points, nothing really on the stat sheet so far, and that's going to be an offensive foul as Patterson was driving in, and May hit the deck. And that's something about Javion May that we have noticed so far in from last season and into this year. He knows how to take a charge.
He's got a very, very high basketball IQ for situations like that, whether it's in the beginning of the game or at the end of the game. He knows how to set himself up in the right spot at the right time to create opportunities. Now the offense has to respond in a positive manner.
Ipe with the ball, kind of half guarded, half not. There by Tata. Powers looking to go inside. Ipe got him beat. Thought about jamming it, but it was blocked by Donovan Clay. Clay now with the ball off that dime from Patterson. Way outside and out of the corner here for Hervey. Air ball for Hervey. Fight for it underneath. May is the one that corrals the loose ball. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Powers wanting to go quick, but now pulls it back wisely. Here's May from the left wing. He'll dump this one off to Lampley. Lampley try to get free for a 3. Now Powers gets it off the pass from May. Powers with 15 to shoot. Step back. Long 2. Off the rim, no good. Offensive board for Javion May. Back outside to Powers. Trying to hang on to the ball there. Patterson guarding him. Powers thought about a 3, pumps it. Now driving inside from the right elbow. Tries to just jack it up. And Ipe with the loose ball put back. Makes it 18-13. And a great offensive run there for the Bearcats with 6.5 to go in the first.
And Powers trying to force the foul there on that shot, not getting it. But like you said, Ipe able to get the second chance on that one and turn it into a positive possession for the Bearcats.
Patterson with the ball, high screen from Tata. Patterson going to the left side. Here is Clay, guarded by Flag. Cross court to Hervey, inside to the big man Tata. Back outside to Patterson, 4 to shoot on the shot clock. Patterson knows it, he'll put up a floater. This one off the rim, no good. No offensive foul was called, and the putback by Clay was good, and Missouri State is going to call their first timeout. The basket is good from Clay. It is 20-13 with inside 6 minutes. We're going to keep things right here.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw or not, but Dana Ford, the head coach for Missouri State, he was piping hot. He was wanting that foul on the Bearcats. He practically jumped over the scores table. He got a good vertical on that one. And was really trying to figure out why the refs didn't call that. But either way, basket goes in. They get the timeout. And like you said, they're now up 20-13 in this one. And for Missouri State, they're just taking advantage of whatever the Bearcats give them. They're taking advantage, and they're turning into a positive situation.
You know, talking about Dana Ford, this is his 92nd game as head coach of Missouri State. Picked up his 50th win as head coach of the Bears in that win over Alabama State. This is a guy that has quite a repertoire. Served as an assistant at Tennessee State, Wichita State, and Illinois State. Was responsible for recruiting future NBA talents like Robert Covington and Fred VanVleet. So this guy knows his way around the hardwood.
Yeah, we've seen over the years with Missouri State, especially the last 5 or so years, this program has really started to turn up and really put themselves in the conversation of some of the top mid-major programs in all of college basketball. The same thing with Sam Houston. We've seen the same uptick, especially ever since that March Madness appearance by James Hooten in the early part of the 2010s. And it really, for both sides, has really started to get things going for them. Now, both of these teams colliding with each other in this ball game. And you see right here why these are two of the better mid-major teams in all of college basketball.
So I think they've called a technical foul on Jason Hooten. I didn't quite see what it was. Taking these technical free throws is Jamonte Black. Black, a 67% free throw shooter entering this matchup tonight. We see Kuba Karwowski. He has just joined the floor for the Bearcats. The first technical free throw was good for Jamonte Black. The second free throw will also drop home as well. It is a 9-point lead for Missouri State, but the Bearcats will get to inbound.
Yeah, like you said, they called the technical on Coach Hooten, and, you know, obviously he's a very fired-up coach. It's something that sometimes we've seen, and unfortunately just a technical foul for him. Not good because now it extends the lead to 9.
Flag with the left hand, trying to drive inside. The foul rattles around the rim, no good, but flag. The transfer from A&M will get to go to the line to shoot 2 for the first time tonight, and this is actually going to be the first trip to the free throw line for any Bearcat here tonight. That is how well disciplined Missouri State has played up to this point.
Yeah, and only 4 free throw attempts for Missouri State in the game as well. So like you mentioned earlier, both of these teams have been very, very well disciplined as the first one falls in for Savion Flag.
Got that one to bounce off the back of the iron and then just float right to the bottom. Savion Flag entering this game a 33% free throw shooter, so you fouled the right guy as he misses the back end of the free throws. It's got your score at 22-14, 5:40 to go here in the first half. Bearcats are down by 8. Lukai Patterson with the ball just south of the SH logo. Lampley pokes it away on a pass to Black. 2-on-2 chance here. Here's Powers, gets the roll to go with the right hand, and the lead is 6.
Big basket right there, the crowd getting into it. That's what we call a momentum changer. This is going to be the start of something here for the Bearcats. Now they need to just continue to capitalize.
Patterson brought it up. Clay swings this one over to Hervey, trying to go inside. Prim guarded by Karwowski, and a whistle here. It's going to be a foul on Javion May. Got burned with a hole.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not what you need in this scenario. After just having that big basket right there down low to bring it even closer, now just a 6-point game. Having a foul like that really stops all kind of momentum in the positive mood here in this one, as it looks like Kuba Karwowski, the graduate center, checks into the ball game.
Jaron Cook now back onto the floor there as well, in for Javion May. Sharp, who just checked in for Missouri State. Wow, wild pass there to Prim on Karwowski, trying to put it up and under, does not get it to go, and a rebound here for Savion Flag. Flag looking to go quickly, driving inside, right hand off the rim, no good. Rebound for Gage Prim. Here's Sharp wanting to go quick here to Clay inside, and Cook is hit with a foul, offensive foul! Just got the feet planted in time. Did Jaron, as Rob says, like the stove cook?
Glad we got a Robism or 2 in.
Yeah, we got to get those in. Rob, if you're watching, thanks for tuning in, bud. Lampley with the ball here. He's going to take a long 2. This one rattles around the rim, no good. Loose ball, and somehow is kept alive by Gage Prim. The bench gets him up quickly. It's currently 5-on-4. Black from the left baseline trying to find something, and he gets a lucky bounce to go around the rim and off the backboard, and it's 24-16. A lot of action just happened on that side on that rebound by Prim. A loose ball, and it went out of bounds, but he somehow saved it. Bearcats with the ball with 4 minutes to go. Cook steps back, thought about a 3, pulls it back. Lampley now guarded up top here by Jamonte Black. Flag from the right elbow, guarded by Hervey. 10 to shoot, puts up a 2, off the front of the rim, no good. And a defensive rebound here for DeMarcus Sharp. Inside, Prim, guarded by Karwowski. Looking to probably drive on the transfer from Utah State. Here's Prim driving inside on top of the WAC logo. Left hand drops it through the net, and the lead is now 10 for Missouri State, 26-16.
Bearcats have got to find a way. They started to open up on the inside a little bit, allowing for those easy baskets down low. They've got to find a way to tighten back up down low.
Lampley with the ball from the right wing. Karwowski throws a loose ball right into the hands of DeMarcus Sharp, and he easily lays it up and in. Costly turnover for Sam Houston. Not great awareness that time from Karwowski, as Powers will bring this one back up off the turnover. Hands this one off to Flagg. We're inside 3 minutes. Flagg, he will take a three from the left elbow, and good! 9-point game, 28-19 off of another bucket here from Savion Flagg. Black going inside to Prim. Big mismatch underneath with Karwowski. Oh, and Flagg pops that one high into the air, as I don't think Prim saw him. Man, Savion Flagg having an impact so far, but that has brought us to our final media timeout here in the first half. We'll break down that little exchange there when we come back from the break after 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory-trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient, and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville. The Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium is a new and exciting place to enjoy Bearcat football. Fans will find Smokin' Sammy's Barbecue, sodas, beer and wine, and a number of other food options from atop the southwest corner overlooking all of the action at Bauer Stadium. Bearcat Pavilion can be reserved on game days for pregame and or postgame private functions, and may also be reserved for private events throughout the year. For more information about Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium, call 936-294-2701.
Welcome back to Menard G. Johnson Coliseum. 2:39 to go here in the first half. The Missouri State Bears leading the Bearcats to Sam Houston 28-19 here for some great men's basketball in the college basketball world. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of Jordan Smith in for Rob Hipp tonight. Missouri State starting to pull away a little bit. They're 3 of their last 3, but Sam Houston, they're somewhat keeping pace, as I've been impressed with how, the fouls they're both knocking on the door of the bonus, because at this point in the matchup against Nebraska had been in the bonus for half of the match. So this is really good to see how more disciplined the Bearcats have been despite having 6 fouls.
And that was something that was worked on since that game at Nebraska, was the amount of fouls that they give up, especially early on for the Bearcats. And like you said earlier, and we've been saying so far in this ball game, both teams have been very disciplined when it comes to their defense and not making careless fouls 95% of the time.
Out of the timeout, DeMarcus Sharp with the ball from the right wing, cross court to the left wing to Jamonte Black. Sharp has it again off of a pass from Prim, as Sharp tried to put it up in, no good. Offensive board for Gage Prim. Black now at the top of the key, 15 to shoot. Prim on the free throw line, trying to drive on Ipe, lost the ball off his foot, and look at the quick hands of Savion Flagg to pick that one out of the air. Outside, Cook, left wing 3, smokes it! And the lead is once again 6 on another 3 from Jaron Cook.
A good job there on that transition, playing your kind of basketball, spreading out the one defender that was there and giving yourself plenty of time to make that 3.
Lampley hit the deck for a moment, but gets back to his feet to guard here against Jamonte Black. Here is Keaton Hervey with the ball. Thought about a 3 guarded by Black. Sharp with 5 to shoot. Got to put something up quick. Ipe kicks it inside, left side. Hervey, and he answers back with a big 3 from the left corner. Another 3. He is now 3 of 6 from outside the arc. 2 of 5 outside the arc. Lampley with the ball with 1:20 to go here in the first half. Powers with it, left-hand dribble, trying to drive on Prim. Has it blocked by Sharp, but it caromed right to Jaron Cook. And a double dribble going to be called against Jaron Cook. Another turnover by the Bearcats.
There it is again. You cannot make these turnovers. That's now 10 for them in this ball game, as opposed to the 7 for Missouri State. These are careless mistakes that are going to cost you leads and cost you games late in games, and especially in conference play. And that's the reason why they are back to a 9-point deficit.
Donovan Clay about to check back into the game here for Missouri State. Clay, he is 1 of 3 tonight with 2 points. On the floor for the Bearcats, Savion Flagg, Jaron Cook, DeMarcus Lampley, Tristan Ipe, and Dante Powers, Cook the only non-starter on the floor. Patterson bringing it up with the left hand for Missouri State as we're going to move inside a minute here. 31-22 your score. Patterson, right hand dribble, high screen by Prim. Looking to go in to the left side with Clay. Patterson once again with the ball from the left wing. Trying to go now to the right wing is Patterson. Left-hand dribble, trying to find Hervey in the corner again. He's been hot from three. He'll drive it in the lane, kisses it off the glass, and good for Keaton Hervey. He has been heating it up here for the Bears, and it's brought things to a double-digit lead. 38 seconds to go here. Powers thinking about trying to go quick. Now goes outside the flag at the top of the key. Savion looking to drive inside, Euro step around Prim, gets his own rebound, but he loses the ball. And I didn't see the signal. Now I see it. It will go to Missouri State, and they'll have a chance to hold for the final shot. Another turnover by the Bearcats.
And you could see Flagg was frustrated with himself. Not sure if he was frustrated with the fact that he wasn't able to hold on to it or whether he thought that it was out on a Missouri State Bear. But either way, turnover, like you said, another one. They're 11th now, and that's costly as Flagg now has 5 of them.
Clay with the ball, 16 now, 15 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. The Bears holding for the last shot. Neither team into the bonus just yet. Clay guarded heavily by Savion Flagg. Pushes off a little bit. Flagg now gets beat by Clay. Clay looking to drive, 2 seconds to shoot. Black's going to have to put up a 3 at the horn, and it is no good. Missouri State wanted the goaltending. They will not get it, and that has brought us to the half point here in Huntsville. 33-22 your score. Missouri State leading the Bearcats by 11. I'm going to step aside and take a break for a little bit. When we come back, we'll break down that first half for you and much more here from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the My H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
TicketSmarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than TicketSmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Bearcat Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
The Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium is a new and exciting place to enjoy Bearcat football. Fans will find Smokin' Sammy's Barbecue, sodas, beer and wine, and a number of other food options from atop the southwest corner overlooking all of the action at Bauer Stadium. Bearcat Pavilion can be reserved on game days for pregame and or postgame private functions and may also be reserved for private events throughout the year. For more information about Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium, call 936-294-2701.
Push Medical Services in Huntsville provides personalized, high-quality health care to meet your individual needs. Health concerns? Need to see a doctor? Heart issues? Need a vaccine? Dr. Henry Burkholder of Push Medical Services strives to address all of your health concerns. Most major health plans are accepted, as well as cash pay. Push Medical Services provides the most affordable care. Don't neglect health concerns. Visit Push Medical Services. For more information, visit pushmedical.org. That's pushmedical.org.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville.
101.7 KSAM and the Bearcat Sports Network welcome you to the Bearcat Basketball Halftime Show. Now let's go back courtside with Rob Hipp.
Welcome back inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum here. We're at the half. In this one, 33-22 lead for Missouri State over the Bearcats of Sam Houston. I'm Carlos Zimmermann alongside Jordan Smith here in for Rob Hipp. As Rob, again, if you're listening, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Rob, I'm going to tell you right now to get off and go spend time with your new baby Braylon and your fiance Bridget. Go spend time with them, man. You deserve it. You deserve this, and we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight alongside here this little dynamic duo that we have put together here. Jordan, looking at this game, it's really been, it was so back and forth right at the beginning. But then Missouri State, like you said, it was going to be someone who heated up quickly, and in this case it was the Bears, and it's hurting the Bearcats right now, down by 11 here at the half.
And it's a matter of a couple things. The main thing, like you said earlier, or just now I should say, that I mentioned earlier, somebody was going to break the lid off the top of the basket. It was just a matter of who was going to do it first. And the person who did it first was Missouri State. They ended up going on a 12-0 run, a 16-2 run to extend their lead. And then again, we mentioned it, we keep harping it, the careless turnovers that have killed the Bearcats so far, with 11 of them, 5 coming from flag in this ball game so far. Those are the turnovers that have really cost them in this one. You could look at the shooting and say that's maybe a factor of it. Yes, Sam Houston has made less, but Missouri State has also shot more overall in the ball game. So you can't really look at that. You got to look at the fouls, both teams at 6. Sam Houston 11 turnovers compared to the 7 for Missouri State. And also you have to look at the rebounds. That's another big key with this one too. Prim already with 10 rebounds in the first half of the ball game. The biggest thing for him, he has 5 offensive rebounds. The Bearcats as an entire team have
936-295-2686 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory-trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient, and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville. Enjoy a great round of golf at the Bearcat Course, formerly Raven Nest, conveniently located on the southbound side of 45 in Huntsville. The Bearcat Course offers award-winning value with special rates for alumni, faculty, staff, and students of Sam Houston State University. Memberships are available for as low as $139 per month that include unlimited greens fees and cart fees for the whole family. Visit the golf shop to get fitted for equipment and for the full stock of Sam Houston State University logoed men's and women's apparel. Let's play golf at the all-new Bearcat Course in Huntsville.
Join the Sam Houston State University Alumni Association. For only $35 a year, your membership helps provide scholarship assistance, plus networking, a travel program, discounts on home and auto insurance, car rentals, event tickets, and much more. Connect with your Bearcat pride and spirit by joining the Alumni Association. Go online, alumni.shsu.edu. As a member, you can be a part of something bigger. The Sam Houston State University Alumni Association. Join today.
Welcome back to Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. 5:25 to go here in the halftime period. Missouri State leading this one so far 33-22 over the Bearcats of Sam Houston. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of my broadcast partner Jordan Smith. And Jordan, in this final halftime segment, let's just talk about it. What do the Bearcats need to do? It's obvious that the turnovers need to be limited, but there's so much more to it than that.
Stick them on their hands. No, basically, they need to find a way to not have those careless turnovers, like you said. But the main thing as well is being able to create opportunities when you're on the offense. They started to do it early on the defense to give their offense an opportunity. The main thing is, for one, they need to get second chance opportunities. They've been very limited on that, and they need to try to find a way to create second chance opportunities for themselves to cut back into this lead. They also need to find a way, again, turnovers. But the other thing, too, is really their shots have been fine. It's not the shots that have been the issue. They're shooting 33% from the field, 43% from three-point range. That's about the average you want. Yes, the field goals could go up. But again, you got to find a way to get inside. You got to find a way to get the high percentage shots. That'll then open up the three-point game later on, and you look for guys like Lampley, like Flagg, to get those open shots and create opportunities to get back into the ballgame.
We talked about Missouri State stats so far. For Sam Houston, Savion Flagg's leading the way. He's got 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field. He's the only one that's been to the charity stripe tonight for Sam Houston. Jaron Cook, he's been doing really well so far. 6 points. Both his shots have gone down, both of them from three-point land. DeMarcus Lampley hasn't had an opportunity to really get going. 2 points on 1 bucket. Same for Tristan Ipe. He's got 2 points, and Dante Powers, he's been the one shooting tonight alongside Savion Flagg. He's got 4 points and 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from outside of the arc. We're going to step aside, and that's going to wrap things up here for the halftime show. We'll be back with the second half of play. Bearcats down by 11 to the Missouri State Bears. We'll step aside and take a break. From Van Wagner, this is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
Many family celebrations occur during the holidays, with plenty of memories being made then too. I'm Greg Smith, owner of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Because we are a family-owned business, we can be counted on to help you plan your family member's perfect celebration of life. We have planned and arranged thousands of services. When it's time, you can trust us to help you and your family plan a remembrance to recognize a life well lived. We're Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, because every life deserves to be celebrated.
You might know that State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has great service. She is your good neighbor after all. Did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Huntsville and Walker County. So call State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes at 936-295-2686 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory-trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient, and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville.
This has been the Bearcat Basketball Halftime Show. We'll be right back with the second half of tonight's game on the Bearcat Sports Network and 101.7 KSAM.
Enjoy a great round of golf at the Bearcat Course, formerly Raven Nest. Conveniently located on the southbound side of 45 in Huntsville, the Bearcat Course offers award-winning value with special rates for alumni, faculty, staff, and students of Sam Houston State University. Memberships are available for as low as $139 per month that include unlimited greens fees and cart fees for the whole family. Visit the golf shop to get fitted for equipment and for the full stock of Sam Houston State University logoed men's and women's apparel. Let's play golf at the all-new Bearcat Course in Huntsville.
Join the Sam Houston State University Alumni Association. For only $35 a year, your membership helps provide scholarship assistance, plus networking, a travel program, discounts on home and auto insurance, car rentals, event tickets, and much more. Connect with your Bearcat pride and spirit by joining the Alumni Association. Go online, alumni.shsu.edu. As a member, you can be a part of something bigger. The Sam Houston State University Alumni Association. Join today.
Welcome back inside Johnson Coliseum, 32-22 your score. Getting ready to go into the second half of play here in this one between the Bearcats of Sam Houston and the Bears of Missouri State. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of me is my good friend and broadcast partner, Jordan Smith. Starters have returned to the floor here for Sam Houston. Wanted to remind you folks that this broadcast tonight is brought to you by HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Right now for Sam Houston, they've got to find a way to start this half strong. If you don't start this second half, at least on a 6-0 run, 8-0 run, 10-0 run even, you're going to find yourself in a very, very bad situation when it comes to 10 and under minutes left to go in the ballgame. They've got to start out fast and quick.
The Bearcats will have the ball here to start in this second half, now going right to left. Powers with the ball with the left hand dribble, guarded by Sharp. Now dump off back from Flagg to Powers. Now he goes back to Flagg, top of the key. This is a three, and it rattles around the rim, no good. May knocks it away from Mosley, but the caroms over to the Bears of Jamonte Black. Sharp with the ball, offset from the top of the key. Prim, an emphatic grab of the basketball. Flagg guarding him. Prim trying to drive, loses it for a moment. Clay corrals the loose ball. Mosley, kind of been quiet tonight, goes to Prim on the left elbow. Now across court to Clay, trying to drive inside. Step back 2 from the free throw line. Offensive board for Gage Prim, and nearly had it tied up. And Ipe is going to be called for the foul. Prim's shot was no good for Tristan Ipe. That is actually his first foul of the night. First team foul here in this second half. 19-12 to go still here in the second half. Bears still on top by 11.
Can't allow just free opportunities to the free throw line. Prim already 2 for 2 from the charity stripe here in this ball game so far. He can't continue to allow those opportunities.
Prim, like you said, he is 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. First free throw from the right hand actually bounces off the rim. Maybe you jinxed him a little bit there.
You're welcome. Commentator's curse at its finest. It works here, and it works for my fantasy football team.
Yes. It's bound to happen at some point tonight. Second free throw here for Prim drops through the bottom of the net with ease. Makes it 34-22. Bears up by 12, and that's the first points of the second half with 19 minutes to go here in the ball game. Flag gets the dime from Powers. Flag hands it off to Lampley. Around the world we go. May from the left wing looking to shoot. Now drives inside. Driving up with a power. There was May. Grabs the loose ball, and he's able to put it up and in as Prim got hit right there in the eyes. He's going to try and walk that one off, but it's a bucket for Javion May. 34-24. 18:40 to go here in the ball game.
There's a good basket there for the Bearcats. Really an opportunity for them to strike here and be able to get a quick defensive stop to be able to get a return on the offense.
Man, Mosley drops a 3 from the top of the key. For Mosley, that is number 7 for him in the point category. It's brought it to 37-24. Here's Powers with the ball, looking to go to May into the right corner. Now dumps it off to Ipe. Ipe wanting to drive hard here, and it somehow ends up in the hands of Savion Flag. Flag trying to drive, and it's an offensive foul. Flag, that's his first personal. And Missouri State's going to get the ball back here with 18:08 to go in the second half.
And that's not even a careless foul by Flag. That's just a very, very good defensive setup by Missouri State. You got to give them credit on that one, being in the right spot at the right time.
Missouri State now going left to right. Sharp with the ball, left-hand dribble, guarded by Powers, crosses over, now inside to Gage Prim. Prim trying to find options. Now goes back outside to Isaiah Mosley. Now guarded by Ipe. Now over to May. May falls to the floor. The ball is loose. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor the Missouri State Bears. They're going to have 6 on the shot clock here, so they're going to have to get something up rather quick.
This is what Sam Houston needs to do here, is continue to drain the shot clock. They did it early on. You saw how close the game was as a result of it. They need to get back to this. This is a good start. Now they have to make sure they don't allow the easy basket inside.
DeMarcus Sharp to inbound. Again, 6 on the shot clock, 17:43 to go in the game. Missouri State on top, 37-24, as they're still trying to get a little bit of a wet spot off the floor. Don't want anybody slipping. And Sharp will get ready to inbound it here. Mosley, Clay, Prim, Black, and Sharp on the floor for the Missouri State Bears. Sharp trying to find someone. Does get it in to Mosley, and he's fouled. Javion May is going to get hit with his second personal, and Jaron Cook, I think he's about to come in for the aforementioned May. We're going to see if that was in the act of shooting, and indeed it looks like it was. Mosley is going to get to go to the line and shoot 2, his first trip to the charity stripe tonight.
You know, that's one of those fouls where there's just a lot of contact there, and it was going to go 50-50, you know, on that, whether it was an actual hard foul or whether or not it was just physical contact. But like you said, in the motion of shooting, they're going to call it every single time, no matter what.
Front end of the free throws is good from Mosley. Second free throw also drops through the bottom of the net. 39-24. Dante Powers will get the ball here. Down by 15 to Missouri State. Powers wanting to go quick. Crossing over, finds Jaron Cook, who just checked into the ball game. Now Lampley, top of the key, needs to get going. He'll thought about going to flag, but he'll keep it himself. Here's Ipe, 13 to shoot. Ipe trying to drive, and he is fouled by Prim. And that's something they need to start doing. Driving in, get Prim to foul. And that is the first personal for Prim. First team foul for Missouri State, 17:24 to go in the game.
And I mentioned that earlier in the game. The more and more they're able to drive inside the lane, the more and more they're able to create opportunities, especially if they want to go inside out.
Lampley tried to put up a long 2. Offensive rebound for Dante Powers. Flag, thought about a 3. Steps back, takes the 3. Through the bottom of the net and good. 39-27. Quick pass to Prim. No foul called. And he's stuffed by Ipe. A long pass to Prim. Here's Powers. Thought about going quickly, but instead they'll calm it down. Now he'll drive inside. Stepping back. Guarded by Sharp. Here's Ipe. Guarded by Prim. Trying to drive. Spins in the paint. Outside. Powers for 3. Off the rim. No good. Oh, if that dropped through, that could have brought the Bearcats right back into it and this crowd to its feet. But it's 39-27, 16-38. Still a lot of time in this ball game. Lampley guarding Mosley just on the H of the SH logo on the floor. 12 to shoot. Now into the hands of Clay at the free throw line. Guarded by Savion Flagg. Clay thought about shooting it. Mosley may have gotten away with a push-off, but he drops it through on Ipe, and it's 41-27.
Definitely a little bit of an assist there on that one. Maybe just within inside the realm of push-off or not, but either way, close call.
Cook, a 3 from Conroe, and it rattles off the rim, no good. That's a shot you really can't take in this situation, but that's just how Jaron Cook plays the game. He just loves to throw up that long ball. 15:56 to go. Powers guarding Sharp. Now he kicks it away to Clay. Prim at the top of the key, hands it off to Mosley. Mosley trying to drive inside, and he gets it to go. Man, Isaiah Mosley heating up here in this second half. Lampley wants to heat up, but he thought about taking a 3. He will take a 3 and drains it. 43-30. Bearcats trying to keep themselves in this ball game. Sharp with the ball, left-hand dribble. 15:28 to go here in the ball game. Powers guarding Sharp. Getting a high ball screen there from Clay. Prim is able to get it off that pass from Clay inside, and the bucket is good. 45-30. Man, Gage Prim starting to heat it up as well. Missouri State now 3 of their last 3. Jaden Ray and Keen Scroggins are waiting to get into the ball game. Powers hands this one off. Thought about a 3. Pulled it back. Right wing, Ipe, guarded by Prim, in the paint, spinning around, trying to get the roll to go, and it does. 45-32. Bearcats trying to go kind of back and forth here, but you need a stop here of the Bears. Sharp with the ball, left-hand dribble, crossing to the right, now goes inside to Mosley, who's been hot here in this second half. Mismatch underneath. Gage Prim continuing to eat up Ipe underneath.
And you've got to find a way if you're Ipe. It's the second time now that the Missouri State Bear player has been able to get in between you and the basket. You cannot allow that when you're playing down low.
Ipe trying to answer back on the other side for Sam Houston with the left hand, and he gets it to go. 47-34. 14:15 to go here in this second half. We're still awaiting a media timeout here. No whistle has happened yet so far. That's why we haven't taken it. Outside is Jamonte Black, kicks it back over to Sharp. Here's Prim from the left elbow. Inside to Sharp, got beat by Powers, and he just took up a... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ipe was going out of bounds, and he threw it right away to Donovan Clay. An easy bucket for Missouri State.
And the problem is, I understand when you're going out at that angle, it's hard to turn around and look, but you gotta find some kind of a way to figure out who's right behind you and see whether or not it's a good pass to make or chunk it down the court.
Lampley hit the deck for a moment, steps back here for a long 2, and can't get the roll to go. No foul call there against, looked to be Jamonte Black. 13:20 to go. We are rolling here through this second half. Sharp trying to slow the pace down, and a foul is going to be called here against Missouri State. The student section getting up. I'm not certain what the call is going to be. Could be potential technicals, but we're going to sort that out here when we come out of this media timeout. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. We'll be back here in a moment from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
The Bearcat Pavilion at Bowers Stadium is a new and exciting place to enjoy Bearcat football. Fans will find Smokin' Sammy's Barbecue, sodas, beer and wine, and a number of other food options from atop the southwest corner overlooking all of the action at Bowers Stadium. Bearcat Pavilion can be reserved on game days for pregame and or postgame private functions and may also be reserved for private events throughout the year. For more information about Bearcat Pavilion at Bowers Stadium, call 936-294-2701.
TicketSmarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than TicketSmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Bearcat Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
49-34, Missouri State on top of this one inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. Sam Houston down by 15 at the moment as we're still here in the media timeout trying to sort out what happened. To backtrack a little bit, Lampley thought he got fouled on the last shot that he had taken, and it looked like him and Jamonte Black were jawing at each other, going back the other way, and a whistle was called, and it looks like both fouls on Black and Lampley, and it looks like from what we can gather so far here, it's just regular personal fouls to both players.
Yeah, I think just the extracurricular kind of jawing at each other a little bit, but very, very heated right now. Bearcats kind of seem like they're starting to slam on the panic button just a little bit. They get the first couple taps in. They haven't completely gone, full rage mode. But down by 15, 13-16 left to go in the ball game. You have got to find a way to get stopped. If you let this keep going for the next 3 minutes, this game could almost be over with 10 minutes left to go.
On the floor for the Bearcats is Savion Flagg, DeMarcus Lampley, Jaron Cook, Jaden Ray, and Keaton Stroggins just checked in. On the floor for the Missouri State Bears, Lukai Patterson, Isaiah Mosley. Looks to be Dawson Carper now out there on the floor as well, along with Jamonte Black and others. As a shot there from Mosley was no good. Another offensive rebound there at the hands of Lukai Patterson. Now also on the floor is Keaton Hervey for Missouri State. Carver with the ball trying to go inside to Mosley, and Cook fouls him. And it looked like that's going to be in the act of shooting, so Mosley's going to get to go back to the line to shoot two. That for Jaron Cook is his first personal foul.
11 team fouls for Sam Houston as opposed to the 8 from Missouri State. Another chance at the free throw line here. Coming into that one 7 of 8. Now 8 for 9 is Missouri State. Right at around 90% from the charity stripe. That's how you build leads. Sam Houston has not been able to create the same opportunities for them. Only 1 for 2 for the game from the charity stripe.
Mosley entering this game was perfect from the free throw line. He was 9 of 9, and Mosley continues that now 13 of 13 as he's 4 of 4 tonight. 51-34. 17-point lead here for Missouri State. Jaron Cook with the ball. Step back three. And good! 12:40 to go, and Cook trying to keep his team in this one. 51-37. 12 and a half to play. Patterson with the ball. Left-hand dribble, crosses over to his right on top of the SH logo. Mosley, who's been hot in this second half, dishes it away to the top of the key to Black. Didn't have anybody for a moment. Inside to Carper, and no shot. 3-second violation called on Carper, and it's a turnover for the Bears.
And that's what you need right now. If you're Sam Houston, you need to get a score on this turnover. Take advantage, start a run. The Bearcats have made 4 of their last 5 field goals. Missouri State, however, has been able to respond right back with 5 of their last 7 made.
Jaden Ray, left-hand dribble, trying to drive inside on Carper, and a foul. Carper going to get called for the foul there. Kind of a little ticky-tack foul. For Carper, that is his first personal.
Keep that going if you're Sam Houston. Force them to make fouls. Force them to turn the ball over. Keep that going because it creates more opportunities for yourself.
Jaden Ray with the ball, left-hand dribble inside to Flagg. Trying to drive in hard, and he is fouled going up. They're going to call that one on Keaton Hervey, and for Hervey, that is his first personal, 4th team foul for Missouri State, and Flagg will shoot from the free throw line, the only man that has shot from the free throw line tonight so far for Sam Houston, with 12:04 to go here in the ball game, trying to cut the lead to 12. Right-hand shot there for Flagg is good. Now 2 of 3. And Flag, the graduate transfer from Texas A&M, knows really good basketball playing out of an SEC school. Now here at Sam Houston. Big pickup in the offseason. A free throw there for Flag is no good. Loose ball, however, ends up in the hands of Scroggins. Flag, he's going to take a three. Way misses off the rim, no good. And a foul is going to be called here against Missouri State. A push. And it looks to be against Jamonte Black because he is a little beside himself trying to figure out what happened, but that has brought us to another media timeout. We're going to step aside and take a break. 51-38. The score, Missouri State on top. Bearcats will have the ball here with 11:58 to go from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Season tickets are on sale for 2021-22 basketball season. Season tickets start as low as $99. One price gets you both men's and women's Bearcat basketball. Call 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
Many family celebrations occur during the holidays with plenty of memories being made then too. I'm Greg Smith, owner of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Because we are a family-owned business, we can be counted on to help you plan your family members' perfect celebration of life. We have planned and arranged thousands of services. When it's time, you can trust us to help you and your family plan a remembrance to recognize a life well lived. We're Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home because every life deserves to be celebrated.
Back at Cy Bernard T. Johnson Coliseum, not out of this one yet. 51-38, Missouri State on top by 13 over the Bearcats of Sam Houston. Carlos Zimmermann alongside Jordan Smith in for Rob Hipp here tonight in this one with 11:59 to go here in the second half. Jordan, I was talking with you there during the break. Really, this is the turning point right now for Sam Houston. If they can get a bucket here, whether it be a 2 or a 3 would be huge.
Right.
But if they can get it here, that could start swaying the momentum back their way. But then they need to stiffen up on defense. Kind of channel what they had in the first 5 minutes of the ball game, really shutting down Missouri State.
You got to find a way to stop Mosley first and foremost. 15 points on 5 of 10 shooting in the ball game and 4 rebounds as well on the defensive side. You got to find a way to stop him in this ball game. You got to also find a way, like you said, creating opportunities for yourself. They've started to do it here in the last minute and a half, couple minutes here. We're forcing the turnovers, forcing the fouls. Let's see if they can get some buckets to fall their way and start trending in a positive direction.
Mosley comes off of a game where he shot 24 points against Alabama State, 47 against the season opener against Southeast Missouri State. Cook is going to get the inbound here from Jaden Ray. Cook trying to drive inside in the paint and couldn't get the roll to go. Rebound for Gage Prim. A good attempt there by Cook, just could not get that one to fall. 11:45 to go. 51-38 in favor of the Bears right now on the scoreboard. Patterson with the ball. Ray guarding him heavily. And Lampley thought about biting on that one, but somehow Mosley comes away with it. Had a couple guys open, but Mosley, he's still losing the handle of the ball. Doesn't have really much. 6 to shoot. Inside, driving is Donovan Clay. And a jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors the Bearcats.
And that is a very, very, very smart play right there for Sam Houston, going in right at the right time, right before he was probably going to turn around and do a hook shot for the layup. A good job by the Bearcats, forcing the turnover. Smart awareness as well, as you knew that was your time to get possession.
11:23 to go in the ball game. Ray with a left-hand dribble now crosses over to the right, just south of the Sammy Bearcat logo. Ray hands this one off. Lampley driving inside. Clear lane to the rack. That's a guy you need to get going. That is now 7 points for DeMarcus Lampley. It's 51-40. Patterson dumps this one away to Clay. Clay deep outside, guarded by Cook, trying to motion and guard traffic. 18 to shoot on the shot clock. Here is Prim, guarded by Scroggins. A little bit of a mismatch here. Let's see how Scroggins does against Prim, as he's been able to handle Ipe tonight so far. Patterson, and an offensive foul. That is going to go against Isaiah Mosley, and for Mosley, that is his 4th personal foul.
You see the attendance, the women's basketball team cheering on the men's side of things here, showing their support. And right now, they got a good run going. 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes of the ball game for Sam Houston. Let's see how much more they can capitalize.
Cook a three. Off the rim, no good, and over the top of the backboard. As Cook has not been able to find that stroke that he had earlier on in the game. Want to make a correction. It's 3 personal fouls on Isaiah Mosley. 2 more, and his night will come to an end. So the Bearcats doing well to get the leading scorer for the Bears into foul trouble. He is still on the floor right now. Patterson with the ball, spinning across the SH logo, going left to right. Trying to get free of Jaden Ray. Dumps this one off to Clay at the top of the key, back over to Patterson. From the left wing, 15 to shoot, 10-18 to go in the ballgame. Prim inside, guarded by Scroggins. Good defense by Scroggins, and a travel. Look at Keaton Scroggins. Good defense and making Prim travel.
I think he forgot his passport at home.
Yeah, he did. Halfway home here in the second half. Jaden Ray with the ball. Bearcats down by 11, 51-40. Ray gets this one away to Lampley for a 3. Banks off the backboard and missed everything. So Lampley starting to a little get cold there. Powers is going to check back in at the next dead ball. Mosley with the ball, directing traffic, guarded by Jaron Cook. Cook sticking with him. Mosley, left-hand dribble on the crossover, trying to drive right to the net, and a little bit of a dipsy-doodle there, and a whistle. Prim had the ball there on an offensive rebound, and that has just been the mismatch underneath. Prim's height, 6'9" senior for the Bears. And usually with that height, you don't think they're great free throw shooters, but he is perfect tonight.
Exactly, and that's something that the Bearcats have not been able to figure out here. As like you said, 3 for 4 in the ball game for Prim from the charity stripe, as he goes 4 for 5 on that make. You gotta find a way to stop them from getting to the free throw line and create opportunities for yourself. I mentioned it earlier. They're now 10 for 11 from the charity stripe, 91%. Sam Houston has only had 4 free throw shots. You gotta find a way to get to the free throw line.
Second free throw is good for Prim. It is 53-40, 9:42 to go. Dante Powers just checked back into the game here for DeMarcus Lampley, who's hit a little bit of a cold streak. Ray with the ball, trying to go quickly inside, outside to Powers. Now to Scroggins, back to Powers from the right wing. Powers hands this one off to Ray. Ray wants to try a 3 and join the party. Look at Scroggins with the offensive board. Trapped in the left corner here, dumps this off the flag. Deep 3, no good again, and a rebound here for Jamonte Black. No foul called on this side. Here's Patterson trying to drive in, and offense. No, they call a blocking foul on Keaton Scroggins. They went inside the Prim. They had the mismatch. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
This crowd absolutely not liking the call. Referee's talking about it.
And they're going to, I think they're going to pause here. I think we're going to go to immediate timeout. We'll get official confirmation on that.
Looks like they're going to take a look and see whether or not his foot was in the semicircle or not.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to also look at whether it was an offensive foul on the other side, because the referee, the head referee, signaled blocking foul. I don't know what to make of it. It looks like that's a quick look.
And it looks like they're going to keep it the same here. And I think it's going to be a blocking foul. 1-and-1 opportunity, as that puts Missouri State in the bonus. That's the last thing you wanted if you're Sam Houston. Missouri State in the bonus for the final 9-10 of this ball game. And already with a 13-point lead.
Granted, folks, you know, you try to think that, you know, the Bearcats just need to stay more disciplined, but there's just been a couple calls tonight that have not gone their way. It happens in a sport like basketball. If you're just joining us here on our Facebook and YouTube streams or on the FM airwaves, we're glad you're with us here tonight. In this one, Carlos Zimmermann alongside Jordan Smith. 9:10 to go in the ballgame. Missouri State on top of the Bearcats, 53-40. Patterson's first of the 1-and-1 is good. And it extends that lead back for Missouri State to a 14-point lead. Halfway to go here in this ballgame. Patterson entering tonight. He was 0 of 2 from the free throw. Now 2 of 4. 55-14, 9:10 to go in the ball game. Ray will bring it up here. Flag, Ipe, Cook, and Powers also on the floor for the Bearcats. Flag trying to get this one going for the Bearcats. They have just had nothing go their way outside the arc. Another three missed by Flag. They're now 6 of 19 outside the arc. And despite Missouri State not having scored in the last 4.5 minutes, the Bearcats are also on a 2-minute and 14-second scoring drought. They have not been able to capitalize on the lack of buckets here from Missouri State. They've been getting points, however, from the free throw line. Here's Jamonte Black on top of the H of the SH logo. Hervey inside, going to go his way to Prim. Now Ipe guarding him outside to Patterson. Guarded by Ray. Patterson goes outside. Black, a three. Good. And I know there's still a lot of time to go, folks. That might have been a dagger there from Jamonte Black. 58-40. Here's Ipe running here on Prim. Outside to Powers. Needing to get something to go here. Powers, a floater two off the front of the rim, no good. He grabs his own offensive rebound. Just turns around, shoots a two, but drops it through the bottom of the net.
Those are the shots you need to take if you're Sam Houston. Like you mentioned, 6 of 19 for deep, Flag 2 of 8 from deep. It's time to abandon the three-point ball for the rest of this ball game until you at least get within a couple possessions, maybe.
Patterson from the left wing hands this one off to Clay at the left elbow. Cross court, around the world we go. Black over to Clay, inside to Prim. 10 to shoot, 7:45 to go in the ball game. Prim needing to find something. He's got 5 seconds, gets it away to Patterson. Good defense here for the Cats. Hervey's three. Oh my goodness, he drills it. At the shot clock buzzer, it's 61-42. That's just a good shot. Flag, he's been quiet from three. He's going to drive inside, and he lost the handle of the ball. This is going to be off of Ipe, and it's going to go back to Missouri State, and that has brought us to yet another media timeout. Missouri State in control of this one, up by 19, 7:23 to go in this one here tonight. We'll step aside and take a break for 60 seconds. From Van Wagner, this is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
You might know that State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has great service. She is your good neighbor after all. Did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Huntsville and Walker County. So call State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes at 936-295-2686 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Enjoy a great round of golf at the Bearcat course, formerly Raven Nest. Conveniently located on the southbound side of 45 in Huntsville, the Bearcat course offers award-winning value with special rates for alumni, faculty, staff, and students of Sam Houston State University. Memberships are available for as low as $139 per month that include unlimited greens fees and cart fees for the whole family. Visit the golf shop to get fitted for equipment and for the full stock of Sam Houston State University logoed men's and women's apparel. Let's play golf at the all-new Bearcat course in Huntsville.
Back inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum, 7:23 to go in the ball game. Missouri State in control at the moment, 61-42 over the Bearcats of Sam Houston. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of Jordan Smith here on 101.7 KSAM. Man, it's just been all Missouri State in this one. There's not much to say.
Yeah, the Bears have been able to, one of the biggest things, because one thing that Sam Houston does well is play at home. We've seen it over the last couple of years. They've been able to hold an undefeated, almost undefeated record at home, especially in big games. And right now, the big thing that Missouri State has done has taken the crowd out of this game. You've seen a couple times during the game, when the crowd gets into it, the Bearcats start to do well. They start to get on a couple scoring runs. The Bears have been able to silence this crowd, and that's been the biggest thing with this ball game so far.
Real quick before we get back to play, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.
101.7 KSAM is KSAM Huntsville, and you're listening to the Bearcat Sports Network.
7:23 to go in this one. If you're just joining us, 61-42. Missouri State in control. Here is Donovan Clay with the ball, bringing it up, guarded by Savion Flagg. Dumps this one away to Patterson, just north of the SH logo. Here on the floor with the Missouri State Bears going left to right. Patterson, guarded by Jaden Ray heavily. Trying to find somebody. He does go underneath. Here's Clay. Oh, and it's blocked by a plethora of Bearcats. Here's Jaden Ray trying to go quickly here on Patterson. Can't get the roll to go. And a rebound here for Keaton Hervey. Man, he took it right to the rack and just could not get it to fall. Like you said, Jordan, the shots haven't been terrible. It's just a lot of them have not been able to fall through the bottom of the net. 6:40 to go in the ball game. 13 to shoot here for Missouri State. Hervey throws with the left hand over to Clay. Inside to Prim. 7 to shoot. Trying to find somebody. Had Hervey open for 3. Trying to drive here on Ipe, and he kisses it off the window. And it is good for Gage Prim. 15 points now for the big man.
I'm going to be honest, that was about 5 or 6 steps to get to the lane there.
Yeah.
Should have been a travel. Not sure why that wasn't called.
63 to 42. Here's Ipe, guarded by Prim on the right block. Ipe trying to muscle his way to the hoop. Underneath on the reverse, could not get it to fall. Here the Missouri State Bears coming back the other way. Clay goes across court to Black. Corner 3, good for Missouri State. And man, oh man, they are running away here with this one. 66 to 42 over the Bearcats. Powers dumps this one off to Savion Flagg. Flagg needing to heat up from 3. Especially now that you're down big by 24. 5:40 to go in the ball game. Cook with the ball, dumps this one away to Jaden Ray. 12 to shoot on the shot clock. Ray driving inside, trying to finally get a layup to go. Instead, he steps out of bounds, and another turnover here by Sam Houston.
Mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. 13 total fouls in the game for Sam Houston, 15 turnovers in this ball game.
16 points off of those turnovers. You take that away, it's an 8-point game, and it's more reasonable. As Powers try to get it into the cookie jar there on Patterson, could not. It's Patterson with 5:25 to go. Swings this one away to Hervey. Missouri State just going to probably chew up clock at this point in the ball game. Patterson swings it over to Prim. Wanted to go inside to Patterson again. 10 to shoot. 5:11 to go in the ball game. 66 to 42 Missouri State. Prim lost the handle for a moment. He's guarded by Scroggins, trying to drive inside. Double team. Prim with the left hand up and good. That's just good hard-nosed basketball there from Gage Prim. We knew he was going to be something tonight, and it's just been a thorn in the side of the Bearcats. It's a 10-0 run for Missouri State over the last 2.5 minutes. Here's Damon Nicholas Jr. trying to get into the ball game and puts that one stuck into the side of the rim and the glass. Of all the things to happen tonight, that happens.
Scratch out your bingo card. I think we just filled it all. I think we just filled every square on the bingo card.
68 to 42. Missouri State in control of this one, looking to go to 2-1 on the year with 4:45 to go. We bring it to another media timeout. We'll step aside and take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory-trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville.
For the best customer service and best deal on your new Ford, head to Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville, your No Bull headquarters. Thinking something sporty and great on gas? Check out the 2022 Ford Explorers and Expeditions. Don't see what you want on the lot? You can still get a No Bull deal on a special order with the assistance of your sales associate, or just go to BillFickFord.com. Click order here and design your new Ford today. Built for you, by you. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville.
Season tickets are on sale for 2021-22 basketball season. Season tickets start as low as $99. One price gets you both men's and women's Bearcat basketball. Call 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
Back inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum, 4:45 to go in this one. Missouri State in control, leading the Bearcats to Sam Houston. 68 to 42. Carlos Zimmermann alongside of Jordan Smith. I'm going to let you know, post-game coming up in just a few moments at the conclusion of this game. We're going to have head coach Jason Hooten on to talk about this one and a lot of question marks going in through the rest of this non-conference play. They're setting up for the Jacksonville Classic. They get Little Rock coming up on Sunday. The Trojans, a very good team, has made the NCAA tournament in the last 5 years out of the Sun Belt Conference. Actually got a win in the NCAA tournament just 5 years ago. So you know that's going to be an interesting matchup coming up on Sunday. That game tipping off at 1:30 p.m. from Jacksonville, Florida. Out of the timeout, Patterson bringing this one off, and finally they're going to call one on Patterson as he pushes off of Dante Powers. He's been doing it a little bit here tonight, and they get that call there to Dante Powers.
Like you said, finally getting a call. It seems like they've not been getting the calls, especially in the second half, that they've needed. At this point, if I'm Sam Houston, you need to force some kind of a call one way or the other, and you need to get baskets in the first 10 seconds of a possession and nothing else.
Down by 26, 4.5 to play. Scroggins with the ball on the post, fakes it inside, finds Powers outside. Powers, he's going to take a long two from the right elbow. Oh, it just rims around the rim and falls out. Another shot that is halfway down, and it doesn't fall through for the Cats. Patterson guarded up top here north of the SH logo by Damon Nicholas Jr. Clay with the ball from the left elbow. Now backing it outside top of the keys. High screen there by Prim. Cross court. Mosley. Now Patterson guarded by Nicholas. 9 to shoot. Looking to drive as Patterson swings it right side for 3. This time it doesn't actually fall for Jamonte Black. Here's DeMarcus Lampley trying to get up and going here. Thought about a 3, pulled it back. He'll take a long 2. No shot there. Good. Here's Damon Nicholas Jr. who can't get it to roll, but Scroggins gets the putback to fall with 3:45 to go. Bearcats down by 24.
It's his first points of the ballgame now. 1 and 2 shooting for Scroggins. That's the basket you need to maybe start a little bit of something. We'll have to see how they play defensively.
Patterson into the left corner to Black. Finds Prim on the left elbow. Trying to find somebody. Thought about going to Mosley. Prim still hanging onto the ball. Now Mosley from the left elbow, guarded by Damon Nicholas Jr. Driving inside, up to the rim, and good. Makes it 70-44, Missouri State. Powers with the ball, coming the other way, going right to left. Outside the arc, hands this one off to Damon Nicholas Jr., and a foul going to be called here against Isaiah Mosley. And for Mosley, that is his 4th personal, and that has brought us to what will more than likely be our final media timeout. 3:07 to go here in this one. Missouri State en route to a victory tonight over the Bearcats of Sam Houston. We'll step aside and take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network.
Sam Houston Bearcats are national champions. Don't miss the excitement of Bearcat football. Season tickets and single game seats still available. Call the Bearcat ticket office at 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets.
For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
Season tickets are on sale for 2021-22 basketball season. Season tickets start as low as $99. One price gets you both men's and women's Bearcat basketball. Call 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
Welcome back to Johnson Coliseum, 70-44. Missouri State on top of the Bearcats of Sam Houston. Well in control of this one here tonight, and disappointing too. Good crowd came out here tonight for this one. You looked at this matchup earlier on in the year as we welcome you back in the booth here, Carlos Zimmermann, Jordan Smith. You penciled this matchup saying like, oh man, this could have been, a marquee matchup, like you said at the top of the broadcast. Big mid-major matchup tonight. We thought it could have been potentially the mid-major game of the night. Missouri State said otherwise, and it's kind of made this one a blowout.
I'll say, besides all the Power 5 teams that Sam Houston's going against in the non-conference schedule, this is pretty much the best game out there besides UTEP probably. And so you look at it, and you look at the way the game has gone especially in the second half. Sam Houston has just not found a way. It seems like they haven't made an adjustment. At halftime, it almost seemed like they just kind of said, well, we're close enough right now. Let's just keep things the way they are. They should have made probably a few more adjustments at the half. And now it's turned into what looks like a blowout.
Damon Nicholas Jr. at the line for the first time tonight, drops the front end of the 1-and-1. Again, want to remind you folks, this broadcast is brought to you tonight by H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B. Back end of the 1-and-1, also good for Damon Nicholas Jr. Makes your score 70-46, 3:07 to go here in this one. New players on the floor for Missouri State. Isaac Haney is going to be the one to inbound here for Missouri State, needing to get it in, and going to be a timeout. No, a foul called against Damon Nicholas Jr. For Nicholas Jr., that is his first personal. Not much time on the floor tonight, 4 minutes. He's got 2 points from those 2 free throws so far tonight. DeMarcus Lampley, he's at 7 points, the most of any Bearcat on the floor right now. Again, that was a guy that needed to heat up, and he has just not been able to find it, whether that be. He hasn't taken a lot of shots outside the arc. It's just been those inside shots that have not gone his way. First free throw is good for Isaiah Mosley.
I think something else too, Powers, 3 of 11 on the night. 6 points only making on those field goals. He's had 2 offensive rebounds, but that's all he's had to show for in 30 minutes. You got to find a way. Granted, this is just one of those games where the ball's just not falling, plain and simple. And that's part of the reason why they haven't been able to get anywhere close in the second half.
Here's Ipe trying to drive inside on Clay off the backboard, no good, but a foul is going to be called. Here, and this one is going to go against Jamonte Black. Or actually, excuse me, Donovan Clay. For Clay, that is his third personal. And the 9th team foul for Missouri State. Both teams in the bonus here with 2:52 to go in the ball game. Tristan Ipe at the line here for the first time tonight. First free throw for him is off the rim, no good. Now Bearcats 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. 57% overall, 32% shooting tonight. It is not, like you said, Jordan, it is just a lot of those shots should have fallen. They just rattled around the rim and out. Back end of the free throws is good for Ipe to make it 72-47.
And 18 of 56 shooting. It's just not going to get it done from the field. The 31.6% from three-point land, 6 of 19. If it's a lot closer, it's livable. But the fact of the matter is you got to find a way to have those shots fall, especially get to the free throw line. 8 opportunities. They made 5. First, you got to make all 8. But then, the other side, Missouri State with 16 free throw attempts.
Patterson with the ball going across inside the arc. Found Hervey outside. See Carver in there, guarded by Scroggins. Here's another corner 3 from Hervey. That one rattles off the rim. No good. Bearcats wanting to go hurry up here. Finds in the corner Damon Nicholas Jr. Off the rim, no good. Bodies hit the floor. Stays with the Bearcats. Somebody called drowning pool. 72-47, 2:18 to go. Bearcats will get the inbound here with Nicholas Jr. Also on the floor, Keaton Scroggins, Dante Powers, Tristan Ipe, and DeMarcus Lampley. You know, looking at Nicholas Jr., this is a kid that, this is going to be a really good key asset here off the bench for head coach Jason Hooten. He hasn't gotten a lot of time tonight, but expect him to show up in big ways down the stretch of the season as Powers gets the ball from the inbound. Finds Scroggins, doesn't go back to him. Scroggins going to take a long 2, rattles off the rim, no good. There he is, Nicholas Jr. Too short on that little putback, kind of undercompensated on that one, and it falls into the hands of Isaac Haney. Number 3 on number 3, Lampley and Haney. Haney trying to get around the veteran for the Bearcats. Patterson directing traffic on top of the Sammy Bearcat logo. Inside to Carver. Powers trying to get around him to catch up with Patterson. Outside to Mosley, 8 to shoot, minute 44 to go, and an offensive foul on an illegal screen from Dawson Carper. And it looks like Hooten's going to empty the bench here. Coming in for the Bearcats now is Javon Grant. Found some time at the end of the Laterno matchup. Same for Kevin Martina, who also checks in. Grant will bring it up here, trying to go quickly. Take a pull-up 3, knocks it home.
That works.
72-50. Missouri State in control of this. 1 minute and a half to go in the rest of the ball game here. Mosley with the ball, guarded here by the true freshman Nicholas Jr., and Nicholas Jr. fouls him. That will put Mosley at the line to shoot 2 as Missouri State is now in 2. Actually, no, excuse me. It'll be 1-1. still, as Missouri State, it's not quite into the double bonus.
I understand you still want to play physical, you still want to play tough for the rest of the game, even though there's a minute 27, you're down by 22. That's a careless foul.
Yeah.
At this point, don't even try to put a hand on him or anything near it. Just keep your hands up, just kind of back up and go with him at this point. Just end the game, try to end the game on a high note, and look forward to the next game, like you said, against Little Rock in the Jacksonville Classic.
74-50 as both free throws were good from Isaiah Mosley. Here is Javon Grant trying to drive in. Carper's going to get called for another foul. Look at the young gun go there, and Javon Grant trying to, still fighting hard. You're down by 24. Now he'll get to go to the line to shoot 2 for the first time this season. Again, Grant kind of a little bit of a role player. Freshman from Pittsburgh, Kansas. Oh, has his first career free throw at the collegiate level. Rattle around the rim, no good. Keeps your score 74-50, minute 22 left in this ball game. Again, stick around with us for postgame. We'll catch up with Jason Hooten and get his thoughts on this one tonight. Second free throw for Grant drops through the bottom of the net. 74-51, 82 seconds left in the game. Patterson with the ball deep in the backcourt, trying to go quickly here with Grant. Trying to stay disciplined is Grant. Still with Patterson on top of the H, inside to Carper. Now over to Patterson. Couldn't get the shot to go as it bounced around the rim. Here's Lampley inside to Martina, has it blocked, and a whistle here, and I believe they're going to call a foul here against Missouri State. It is against Keaton Hervey, and for Hervey, that is his second personal, and that is going to put Kevin Martina at the free throw line for the first time here tonight this season. Martina, a freshman from Geneva, Switzerland. Martina, his first career free throw here in the United States, rattles off the rim, no good. Again, Martina found some time in the blowout win against LaTerna. Now the Bearcats still only win on the year. Bearcats are going to fall to 1-2 after this one. Martina knocks through the back end. 74-52. Inside a minute here. Haney with the ball, guarded by Jaron Cook. Bearcats will have one more opportunity to possess the ball before the shot clock fades away for the final time tonight. Here's Hervey from the left wing. Kean tried to knock that one away from Carper. Here's Isaac Haney for 3, and it goes through the bottom of the net. So Haney gets into the ball game here. Cook going to take a step back 3, and he answers back with a 3 of his own. 77-55. Bearcats just trying to save a little bit of face here down the stretch of this game. Shot clock still active, about 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so Missouri State will have an opportunity to try and shoot one more bucket before they head back to Springfield, Missouri. They're amping up for road trips of their own. They have Long Beach State coming up next, actually back home in Springfield. 10 seconds on the game clock. Patterson trying to drive inside, corner to Hervey, and an offensive foul as Patterson gets in to Damon Nicholas Jr. Actually want to make a correction. Missouri State's getting ready for a tournament. Getting ready to take on Long Beach State, and then the winner of Missouri State or loser of Murray State and East Tennessee State. That is the Naples Invitational, also in Florida. 8 seconds to go. Grant with the ball here, 5 seconds. He'll put up a long 3 from Conroe. Couldn't bank it home. Rebound here to someone. The ball is going to fall into the hands of nobody as the time expires here tonight in Huntsville. Missouri State has taken down the Bearcats of Sam Houston 77-55. We're going to step aside and take a break. Post game coming up next. We'll catch up with head coach Hooten as soon as we can. We'll step aside here and send it back to the studio here from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcats Sports Radio Network. Bearcats fall tonight in this one.
The Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium is a new and exciting place to enjoy Bearcat football. Fans will find Smokin' Sammy's Barbecue, sodas, beer and wine, and a number of other food options from atop the southwest corner overlooking all of the action at Bauer Stadium. Bearcat Pavilion can be reserved on game days for pregame and or postgame private functions and may also be reserved for private events throughout the year. For more information about Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium, call 936-294-2701.
Join the Sam Houston State University Alumni Association. For only $35 a year, your membership helps provide scholarship assistance, plus networking, a travel program, discounts on home and auto insurance, car rentals, event tickets, and much more. Connect with your Bearcat pride and spirit by joining the Alumni Association. Go online, alumni.shsu.edu. As a member, you can be a part of something bigger. The Sam Houston State University Alumni Association. Join today.
Sam Houston Bearcats are national champions. Don't miss the excitement of Bearcat football. Season tickets and single game seats still available. Call the Bearcat ticket office at 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville.
Season tickets are on sale for 2021-22 basketball season. Season tickets start as low as $99. One price gets you both men's and women's Bearcat basketball. Call 936-294-1729 or go online at gobearcats.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
Need service work on your vehicle? Then drop on by Wiesner Huntsville and meet the new service and shop managers to see what better customer service feels like. Meet their GM factory trained technicians who are skilled with state-of-the-art factory diagnostic equipment. Wiesner service hours Monday through Saturday are convenient and local shuttle service is readily available. Experience the service difference at Wiesner Huntsville.
Many family celebrations occur during the holidays with plenty of memories being made then too. I'm Greg Smith, owner of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Because we are a family-owned business, we can be counted on to help you plan your family members' perfect celebration of life. We have planned and arranged thousands of services. When it's time, you can trust us to help you and your family plan a remembrance to recognize a life well lived. We're Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home because every life deserves to be celebrated.
Welcome back to Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. Post-game now here. I'm sitting down here with head coach Jason Hooten, Carlos Zimmermann here. Final tonight, 77-55 win for the Missouri State Bears over the Bearcats of Sam Houston. Coach, a tough one tonight here against Missouri State coming off that loss against Nebraska. Just from your perspective, what went wrong tonight?
They were way better than we were. I think it was pretty obvious. They came in our gym, and they're a really, really good basketball team. You can tell they're seasoned. They've got guys that have been together for, they're starting five. 4 of their 5 are back, and you can just tell. I mean, they got a really, really good mid-major team, and, that's where we want to get. Now, do I think we can get there this year? Yes, I do. I think we can play better. I think we'll get better. But tonight we were overmatched, I think, from every aspect, and, our game plan didn't have a chance to work just because, when you keep pounding the ball inside like that, I mean, there's just not a whole lot you can do.
I mean, talk to me about, Gage Prim. We talked about off the air that, this is going to be a forward that you're going to need to keep an eye on. And he just seemingly just picked apart everything. I mean, what else was there to do against him?
Well, he's not a forward. I mean, he's a center. And, he's an old-school center. He's 6'8". He's probably not a Power 5 guy because he's not athletic. But he's a really, really close to that level guy, and he is a load. But we knew that. I mean, and there isn't anything you can do. It's hard for us to trap the post because we're small, and you only trap the post when you got a big team. And then it's also hard because you got to figure out what you want to give up. And, tonight, the difference I thought in the game was the help that we had to give, and then they made threes, and I don't know how many they made tonight. But to me, that was the biggest difference was we weren't expecting them to make as many threes as they did, and I thought that was the big turning point in the game.
Both you guys each had 8 3-pointers tonight, so really it was an even matchup from outside the arc. But looking at me and Jordan were talking about during the broadcast, it just seemed like a lot of our shots just did not want to fall through the bottom of the net, and I feel like that really played a factor. I'm not sure if you would agree with me on that, but, give me your thoughts on that.
Well, I definitely don't think it was our night, and what I mean by that is I thought when the game was in balance early in the game, we had a bunch of balls kind of roll in and out and tip-ins roll in and out, and, I thought we got a few – I thought that charge down there was a really pivotal part in the game when I got the tech, and – I thought, as a coach, you kind of have a feeling when things are starting to slip away a little bit, even though it was the first half. But, we came out in the second half and we made a couple of good stops. And we got it down to 9, I think, and then they hit a couple of tough threes at the end of the shot clock. And, boy, those things are just daggers, when they can throw the ball inside. So, we just got a lot of work to do. I mean, we've got to get the ball inside more and establish an inside game a little bit more, because right now we're trying to live and die from the three-point line. Don't get me wrong. We've got to make a bunch of threes for our team to be successful. But the problem is that, when we drive to the basket against good coach teams, they're going to stay out on our shooters and make our guys finish at the basket. And when you're trying to finish against 6'8", 6'9" in length, on this level, that's the difference in Southland, and that's the difference in Conference USA and the WAC is size at the basket. And, we obviously got some work to do to get that, but we also got to get what we got right now better. And we will. We will.
You're amping up this week for this weekend at the Jacksonville Classic. You get Little Rock and then either the winner or loser, depending on the matchup, with Little Rock of Boston University in Northern Illinois. What's it going to take? You're going into a little bit of a mini tournament down in Jacksonville. What's it going to take to clean up some of the mistakes? I know it's early in the season, so you're going to see them early on, but what is it going to take to fight well against a tough team in Little Rock who's 5 years removed from an NCAA tournament appearance?
Well, Little Rock will be just like that team. It'll be the same team, size, a lot more size, maybe even than this team. So, it's going to be a tough game. But we got to play better, and we can play better, and we will play better. But I think that's the biggest thing right now is at this point in time, in the season, you don't have a lot of practice time. So, you're like tomorrow we have to take a day off because you got to take one day a week off. Friday we practice travel. Saturday we got to practice when we get to Florida, and then we play Sunday, and you play Sunday, and then you turn around and play Monday, and then we fly to Dallas and play SMU on Wednesday. So, it's hard to get a lot of things because we don't have a lot of practice time right now. And so we just got to get better and, we got to figure it out. And I also got to, I'm not real sure right now. This may sound really dumb, but, I'm also not sure who needs to be playing in rotations right now. I probably need to change some things up, mix some things up a little bit and light a fire here and there. And, and that's just all of coaching, in 2019, we started off like this really slow. We went to Little Rock and got beat pretty bad like this game tonight. And I came home and I made a change, and it turned our season around, and we lost like 2 games or 3 the rest of the year. So, we'll figure that out. We're better than what we played tonight for sure. Are we ready to beat them? Not yet, but we are better, and we can play better than what we did tonight for sure.
Coach, thank you for your time. Again, a 77-55 loss tonight. Best of luck down in Jacksonville.
Thank you.
With that, folks, we're going to step aside and take another break. Post game, we'll continue here and wrap up shortly. We'll bring Jordan Smith back on to the mic here. We'll step aside and take our next break here in this post game. From Van Wagner, this is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.
The Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium is a new and exciting place to enjoy Bearcat football. Fans will find Smokin' Sammy's Barbecue, sodas, beer and wine, and a number of other food options from atop the southwest corner overlooking all of the action at Bauer Stadium. Bearcat Pavilion can be reserved on game days for pregame and or postgame private functions and may also be reserved for private events throughout the year. For more information about Bearcat Pavilion at Bauer Stadium, call 936-294-2701.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the Buy HEB app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
Welcome back inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. Again, your final tonight. Missouri State taking care of business against the Bearcats of Sam Houston, 77-55 the final. I'm welcoming back in my broadcast partner, Jordan Smith. Special thank you to Coach Hooten for sitting down with us. It's very tough for a head coach to be able to sit down and talk about a tough matchup even before you go into the locker room and talk to your players. So big special thank you to head coach Jason Newton. That's just the kind of guy that he is. But, Jordan, looking at this one, like Coach Hooten said, Bearcats were just overmatched.
Yeah, and it really started to become evident as the second half started on. Like I said, they really needed a 6-0, 8-0, 10-0 run even to try to get back in the ball game. They just could not push through. It seemed like they were almost kind of shocked after the first 6, 8, 10 minutes of the ball game at how Missouri State matched up with Sam Houston, especially defensively. I think it was kind of a shock a little bit, it felt like, to some of the players, and they immediately went into, okay, how do I try to stop this? And while they're trying to figure it out, Missouri State's starting to climb to an 8, 10, 12, eventually a 22-point lead, and it'll be in the final. It was just one of those games. I mean, you said it. Coach said it, put it best. The Bearcats just were overmatched tonight, and it just was not going to stop unless the clock ran out.
Taking a look at team stats, Missouri State tonight shot the lights out, 47% from the field, 26 of 55, 8 of 20 from three-point range, 40%. The big difference tonight, 94% from the free throw line, 17 of 18, just one miss tonight for Missouri State. 15 turnovers to their credit. That was 18 points off of the 15 turnovers from Sam Houston, 39 rebounds, 12 of them on the offensive side, 13 assists as well for Sam Houston. 32% from the field. That's not going to get it done in a game like this. 20 of 62. 35% from three-point range. 8 of 23 overall. 58% from the charity stripe. 7 of 12. Like we said, 15 turnovers. They were able to get 13 points off of the Missouri State turnovers and 33 rebounds, with 16 of those being on the offensive side. For Missouri State, doing the big game tonight for them was Isaiah Mosley, 21 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point range, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, even though he had 4 personal fouls. Also getting into the double digits was Gage Prim with 17 points, and as well for Jamonte Black, he had 15. For the Bearcats of Sam Houston, Savion Flagg led the way with 12 points overall, tying him with off-the-bench Jaron Cook. He had 12 points as well. DeMarcus Lampley, a really quiet night for him again. 7 points, 3 of 9 from the field. Javion May, a starter, only 2 points tonight. Really an off night for him. Same for Tristan Ipe. 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field. Also getting some points in there, Damon Nicholas Jr., Kevin Martina, and Kean Scroggins. Not a great night for the Bearcats by any stretch. They fall to 1-2 on the season, getting ready for a trip to Jacksonville. A pair of games down there, whether that be, we'll have one for sure against Little Rock on Sunday, and then they'll figure out who it'll be between Boston U and Northern Illinois on Monday before traveling to Dallas on Wednesday to take on SMU, and then as of right now, the number 8 ranked in the nation, the Texas Longhorns. Jordan setting the stage for Jacksonville. I want to get it from your perspective. We heard from Coach that he said they just need to play better ball. What is it going to take against the Little Rock team that Coach said is a lot like this Missouri State team?
I mean, point and simple, Coach said it best. You got to play better ball. And what he means by that is playing all-around better ball, not having as many turnovers, not committing as many fouls. Because granted, yes, Missouri State committed more fouls. But the fact of the matter is, whenever those fouls did come, Sam Houston did not take advantage whatsoever. You look at the free throw stat line. Missouri State, 17 of 18 from the charity stripe for 94% to get some easy 17 points. Sam Houston, 7 of 12. That is the first and foremost problem right there. That's been something that's kind of haunted the Bearcats, especially when it comes to conference play over the last few years, is the free throw game. They've got to find a way to hit more free throws. They got to find a way to create more opportunities to get to the free throw line. Part of that is committing less turnovers that set yourself up in a bad situation, but also you've got to find a way to give yourself second chance opportunities. They weren't able to create those second chance opportunities and capitalize on them, and especially when you do get turnovers, because they forced Missouri State to commit 15 turnovers. You've got to get points off of turnovers. You look at the stats here, only 13 points off turnovers. They have more turnovers than they have points off turnovers.
My goodness.
That is the biggest issue right there. If you get the ball off the turnover, you've got to get a basket. That's point and simple.
Again, your final tonight, 77-55. Missouri State wins it. Give credit to the Bears. They're amping up for a really big year in the Missouri Valley. Some changes are happening in that conference as well. Loyola Chicago is making the jump to the Atlantic 10. So Missouri State, they're maybe feeling it to make a run to the NCAA tournament, getting the Missouri Valley Conference's auto bid. And with how competitive that conference is, wouldn't surprise me if there's a double bid coming out of that conference. Again, the Bearcats, they fall to 1-2. They're getting ready for the Jacksonville Classic, taking on Little Rock on Sunday. That's going to wrap things up here for us here inside Johnson Coliseum Folks, this broadcast has been authorized under rights granted by Sam Houston to Van Wagner. The accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner and Sam Houston Athletics. The executive producers of Sam Houston Basketball is Zach Kaditz. The coordinating producer is Desiree Chambers. Special thanks to the Sam Houston Athletic Communications Office, Jason Barfield, Ben Reichard, and Cody Stark. Studio operations by K-Sam. Nathan Hyde, our scoreboard engineer, back in Georgetown tonight. Special thank you to him. Tune in for Sunday's broadcast as Sam Houston plays Little Rock at 1:30 p.m. in Jacksonville, Florida, in the Jacksonville Classic. For my broadcast partner, Jordan Smith, Luke Scott, our studio producer, back at the K-Sam Studios in the flagship. My name is Carlos Zimmerman. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Have a pleasant tomorrow. Rob, get some sleep. Good night, and God bless from Huntsville, Texas.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Many family celebrations occur during the holidays, with plenty of memories being made then too. I'm Greg Smith, owner of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Because we are a family-owned business,